Artextric. Send stars to show your support. Siri_bot. Siri_bot has joined Cerebral Love. Stream Elements. Artextric is now live. Streaming art, draw with me anime art studies and reactions 25 number podcast number animeart number how to draw number art. Stream Elements. Artextric is now live. Streaming Dota 2, Plus. Botrix. Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
times. He worked on Happy Neighborhood as looking.
Happy, hello, Forever Rainy, what's going on?
Says for voice actors, so maybe you might be interested in it.
Okay, fine, I'll look it after the fact.
Says Rod Gone Weirdest on TikTok is really good tutorials and tips and a different way of thinking about pee. Says it more lathers me. Says closes asterisk.
That's really good.
Says it brighter close me.
Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I think TikTok is doing some stupid fuck shit. Beautiful art, my dude. Hey, Sha, what's going on? Hello, love foxes. Hello, love foxes. What's going on? Hello, everyone. Those are on YouTube Shorts. I'm making more of an effort to see you guys because I don't get notifications like that, so I have to physically look and make sure that you guys are being taken care of over there. So, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having an awesome day. For those who are here, I'm trying to focus on this arm.
Says TikTok isn't getting banned until 6 months later. I just heard the report.
Well, I heard that Rumble might buy it, or I heard a funny joke that Elon Musk might buy it. If that did, that'll make my life a lot easier. But I don't think anyone's actually gonna buy it, to be honest. I could be wrong, though. If TikTok gets banned completely in 6 months, that'll be a giant win for both YouTube and Facebook, or at least Instagram, but Facebook nonetheless. Believe it or not. To be honest, I'm not really all that fucking worried about it, to be honest with you.
Says, well, I'm just guessing. They're never exactly clear on saying what's going on.
They can't because, you know, things constantly change on a console.
Just gonna go to it.
They usually don't. I'm just gonna go to Instagram. I'm just tired of Instagram, to be honest. The Instagram is bullshit. Algorithm is strange as hell. It's the most strangest algorithm known to man. I don't like it. It fucking makes me angry. So I don't bother with it anymore. That's why you guys hardly see me like post over there.
Hi.
Hey Minnie. Hey Javon, what's going on?
Says good. Says I hardly see you post on Instagram either.
Yep, I'm tired of Instagram's bullshit. So I'm like,
Says at mini_JIVA88 hi Javon.
I'm just tired of the shit.
Thank you.
Says it bright for close high.
Hello. I'm erasing this part. This part is like.
Says so if you wanted to show off your art and TikTok is gone, where would you post it?
Oh, YouTube. YouTube is the best place. Honestly, it pays more and a lot more higher than any other short form content platform anyway. So YouTube is the best place, to be honest.
Says and if YouTube takes it down.
Well, it depends on no, because most of the time, most of the stuff I post, YouTube don't take down. YouTube don't give a shit like that unless you're putting straight like corn stuff. I don't have to worry about that. Never had that problem with YouTube, not once. I had that problem with Instagram and TikTok. Anytime, you know, I got community guidelines right because the drawing's too cute, it's too nice, it's too attractive. That looks scary. Watch out. And then I have to appeal against it, and I usually win.
Says I think someone on Fortnite did that.
So,
says TBH, I'm not a fan of TikTok because they're so strict. Sheesh. Says hi teach.
Hello.
Someone tried to steal your Butterfinger. Oh, DFI. Game over.
Hello, hello.
No one lays a finger on you.
Butterfinger.
Says at High Mono. Says at a known user for 5 bro, I'd be getting tens of thousands of views per I don't want it to go. Says is TikTok really getting banned in USA?
Yeah.
Says I meant TikTok and YouTube. Can't talk today. Says it bright or close hot bride.
If any of you have an art question, today I'll be doing freebies. So, like, if you want an art question to be answered, you can ask. We're only doing 2 reactions today.
Says so what? You won't be here anymore.
What, on TikTok? Yeah, if it's gone, it'll be gone. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll just be teaching on YouTube. I'll make my job easier anyway, and Twitter, and TikTok, and Twitch. I don't have to worry about getting banned half the time.
Says I mean on TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, if it's gone, then yeah. That'll be for everyone, not just me.
Says VPN.
No, you won't be able to download it at all. It'll be off the, like, you just won't be able to download it. And if I get a VPN and somehow you're able to do it in Singapore or China, I'm just gonna be getting people who speak Chinese anyway. I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Says I'm not scared if it gets banned, TBH.
Nope. Not really. You know people.
Says apparently if you don't delete it, it will stay. Says when's the song?
It's the Giga
Says
Chat
you just
song.
wouldn't be able to update it.
Yeah, it's the Giga Chat
Says I
song.
may try to practice more of those gesture poses, but as a sketch, nothing more.
That's what you're supposed to do. I've been preaching that the longest while, but no one listens to me. I say if you need to learn to draw, if you want to improve on your gesture, don't try to defy any type of body part. Just try to make because gesture is literally the word in it. It's all about action and form. When you get that down, you're not really worried about like fucking, you know, how the anatomy looks. That's not the focus. The focus is trying to get it to look like it's doing something. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So a lot of beginners tend to confuse this with the idea of like it's supposed to be accurate or some shit. Like no. And I think a lot of bad
Says thankfully I
misinformation.
finally am practicing it. He knocked my stubbornness out of me.
That's what a teacher should do. Well, a real teacher would do that, but because we live in a very clownish world, they don't like to tell students anything because students are gonna blow up and say, "You're being mean to me. Why are you being so mean to me? Why won't you let me draw what I want, but also make me draw better? What
Says
the
hello.
fuck?"
It's been a while since I've been here.
Hello, Kazu, what's going on? Like, it's funny as hell to me. Like, they want to improve, but they don't want to move off to improving. Like, they don't know how this works. Like, it's like, for me to teach you, I need to teach you what I know so you can apply
Says
to it.
TBH, I think they like to draw stress drawing cause it relaxes them.
Yes, but if you're wasting the teacher and your time and you're paying this person for literally no reason, and then like what's worse is that if they don't do their job,
welcome back, Kazu.
what's going to happen if you let them draw what they please and don't give them the criticism and advice? What's going to happen is they're going to low-key and eventually hate
Says
you.
nothing much, just wondering what's going on with TikTok.
It's going away.
Says it bright or close yo.
If shit don't get fixed.
Says Teach, can you check my Insta?
Yeah, I'll check in a second.
Says this is the iVoice here. I've become sentient and now I'm coming to your house. Says I do it once in a rare while, but practice at the same time.
Because a lot of beginners wants to be told, I want to improve, and then they'll pay the subscription, and then when you tell them what they need to improve on, they'll say, that's my art style. Yuck. I'm like, no, it fucking isn't. You don't have an art style yet. You don't have an art style at all.
Says if it gets too hard, I stop and practice on what's tricky.
Yes.
Says what you draw on your off time.
This. On my off time, I'm practicing and doing color theory stuff, to be honest.
Says I drew Sonic. I'm getting better at it.
A lot of people, because what conflates a lot of beginners' egos is the art style argument, because that is so important. Because they want, like, I get it, because a lot of beginners...
Says, oh geez, I haven't drawn Sonic in ages.
Like, I get it, because a lot of beginners tend to obsess with my art style, because they want to feel as unique as possible, because everyone thinks they're special. It's like it's the parent-child thing, where no one's kid is, like, anyone who has a kid thinks their kid is special in some form. No matter how stupid the kid may be, or beyond, annoying or devilish they are. Everyone thinks their kid is
Sonic
special.
has his own art style, so I can't say that I think it.
So, that happens way too much.
Darth Goricorn. Hiding behind one art style is a great way to stagnate as an artist in many ways.
See?
Says you wouldn't believe how many TikTok lives that say I have an art style drives me crazy.
Yes, it is stupid as hell to say the art style, and they can... You know how you know you have an art style? This is why I keep constantly preaching.
Says I sent you a question related to being a student.
Okay.
Says Sonic's head always starts in a circle.
Oh, yes.
How you know you have an art style is if I ask you to draw, let's just say if I ask you to draw a head, or let me say I ask you to draw an eyeball, an anime eye, right? And you can do it in a very reasonable time and preciseness without really all that
Since
erasing.
it's Sonic's body that's hard to draw, I can never figure that out.
9 times out of 10, if you can draw an eye without, or an anime eye, or whatever type of eye you want to draw without any erasing, little to no erasing, you are actually improving. You actually have an art style in that particular subject. Because it shouldn't take you that long to draw an eye if it takes you a couple of seconds to a minute. Let me see. My subscription ends on the 15th, and I subbed for 1 month only, and I subbed again after. That was the second month. If you won't be Patreon, if you can't
sub, well, I am genuinely stupid. I should have known that.
Like, if you can't like, let's just say TikTok is gone, and a lot of people ignore this when I keep constantly saying this, but
says always remember he doesn't have a neck also.
Like, when you want to sub to me as my student, if you can't sub to me on TikTok, I always made the option to go to Patreon. The Patreon's there, everyone just ignores it and don't think it exists, and I constantly mentions it, but everyone forgets it just doesn't exist for whatever reason. Which is a better one anyway, because you don't have to worry about being taken down or any weird shit, because Patreon's been around for decades now. Well, a decade, I believe.
Says yeah, but I thought Patreon was a bit more pricey.
No, it's just $1 more. That's it.
Says okay, mine ends on the 15th. I will check it out.
It's literally $1 more. That's it. It's not that high. For students, it's like, what, $3? $3 or something? on TikTok is $2. The reason I put on $2 compared to $3 is because I have to share that money. I have to share that money with fucking TikTok and shit, that which is annoying as hell.
Says IMO. I'd rather find my way with tips and improve on my own because it makes me feel smarter. Says I will be back.
Well, I don't know how smart one on is it. Are you willing to apply said application? That's all that really truly matters.
Says that stubborn way of thinking showed me I'm an idiot.
No, it's just pride.
Tag for following.
It's just usually just pride because us humans don't like admit we're wrong or admit that something's wrong because it's too much work because we're just inherently lazy. It just is what it is. I'm one of those people. I'm inherently lazy too. But I'm putting more of an effort to understand my color theory so I can do skin better. That's one thing that's been bothering me.
And other artists shot it down and I learned to quit being so printful.
You should always take everything everyone says with such a grain of salt. But you shouldn't ignore. You know how you can know.
Now Newser for 5. I don't want to draw anything besides Sonic characters. IDW has tutorials on how to.
That's perfectly fine. If that's your goal, because the point of improving isn't to draw virtually everything. The point of to improve is to get to where you need to be or where you want to be. You can stop. You can be a good sketcher, and you don't have to learn line art. You don't have to learn color theory. If you're really good at sketching one particular thing and specialize in that.
Mario and Sonic characters all over again.
If you specialize in that, like whether it be anime drawing, furry drawing, realistic drawing, cartoon drawing, whatever fuck type of drawing, monster drawing, background drawing, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of people who specialize in several things, on one or two things, or just one thing alone. This is why when you watch your favorite animated show or movie, there's a bunch of people who has jobs who do sketch artist, line art artist.
Says that a known user for 5. Did you know Mario loses against Sonic and it isn't competition?
Color artist, all these type of things. So like it's you can specialize in one thing. You don't need to learn how to draw
Says for
a
the
background.
life of me, I absolutely have zero patience for drawing realistic stuff.
And that's so the only thing that you should go for is then that really appeals to you. That's what I would say. It's usually we make things more complicated than we have to.
Thank you, change listed for following.
And we don't have to make it any more complicated than we have to, you know. It's just literally just learning when to say, okay, you know what? I'm okay right
Says
here.
at Kazu are we power scaling?
Or so.
Says like I mean like human drawings. Drawing a human eye is harder than drawing anime. Says at mini_JIB88 I'm a debater.
Isn't that a power scaling? A power scale? Isn't that what a power scaler is? Aren't they debaters against power scaling? Or not against, but for power scaling, depending on what the argument is.
Says I don't even know what it is. Says yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Says yeah, like Goku vs Gojo, stuff like that.
I tend to stay away from that shit because it just makes people angry after a while. Like, if that's your thing, go ahead.
Says a hod.
I stay away from that shit. My one friend does that shit, and I was like, yeah.
Thank you, Cool Gamer, for following.
Says I like feeling right.
I think that's usually what it is. I think it's just a superiority thing. To feel right in whatever scientific fictional shit, because
Says you little.
if it was anything like real, a lot of people don't want to hear it. because it's facts in real life. But when it's something like power scaling and fictional
Says there
characters,
he goes. Sheesh.
it can always change real fast depending on how the author
Says money.
applies it or whatever situation is placed. But now power scalers can make money.
Says power scaling is just giving beats a character done. A character can be universal, outerversal, etc.
Yeah, cosmic and all that shit, but like the best thing about being a power scaler now, you can make good money from that by just
Says who
arguing
you
with
try.
people. I'm doing Lucy from Fairy Tale. You can make money now because you can like debate people on YouTube and Twitch, and if you're a person who really takes it seriously, you know, you can really make a lot of good money and a following. I explained this to my one friend who's finally doing it after for about 6 years
Says
now.
that Sam Lucy Heartfilia. Says you draw so good, teach me your ways.
Well, I'm doing freebies
Says now,
today,
have
so.
you seen how heated arguments get on YouTube?
Oh yeah, they get pretty. It's funny. I think it's actually pretty funny. Because I'm thinking to myself, no matter how true or how factual you may be, it's like no one actually cares. It's like, but like people actually do care. But I think it only cares to the people who wants to sound right. And even if they're right, there's not really
Says
point in
yeah.
getting mad because it's like it's not gonna change the world or anything.
Says and they can say stuff without being filtered as well.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but I give it to them for keeping up with that shit, because I can't do that shit. That shit is too much for me. So that's why when someone comes in and asks me what's my favorite, like, anime, and if I say whatever that character is, and they say, you know, you two, like, Goku solos, I'm like, okay. Still gonna be my favorite characters. Like, it's not going to, like, stop that. Like, I don't know what the point that Goku has
Says
to do
did
with
you
anything.
know Gojo's Infinity is useless against characters like Sonic?
Well, I don't know what to say about that one.
Says I don't get how they can say stuff on YouTube, but on Twitter they get in trouble.
They get in
Says
trouble.
Goku
Wait.
gets slammed
Whoa.
by Sonic BTW.
Wait.
Says and Asta Lol.
Wait. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean by get in trouble on? You can get in trouble on Twitter for power scaling? That's a thing? That
Says
can't be a
Bob
thing.
Anim is Demon Slayer.
That can't be a thing. That is not a thing. That can't be
Says
a
one
thing.
little sensitive topic they can say in YouTube, but if it's on Twitter.
that loves cats for following.
What the hell?
Says that Brighter Closaste is a mid-tier character in power scaling the last I checked. Says that Kazu Fax.
That's weird. I find that weird. Like, what, how's that is that supposed to offend people or something? Is that what it is? What is, like, offending because it's trying to bait people to get upset over their fictional characters? But what's the point of even getting upset over a fictional character?
Says yeah.
I don't see the win. What does that do for you? Like, I don't...
Says who in-VM ad communication is backfiring again.
Like...
Says Gojo Memorials.
But I don't understand. What's the win? What is the ultimate, like,
Says
win?
people gets mad when their fictional character loses in a fight.
That's kind of lame. That proves how far we are lost in our entertainment.
Smoke for following.
Says for fun, I guess.
I don't know. Like, no. Fun? Okay. Fun is when...
Says they get more than mad, they go insane.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let's just say you're doing, like, fantasy...
Says that mini_JIBA88, I don't get mad, though. I just fight my opinion to the end.
Like, let's just say you're doing fantasy football, right? There's a reason why it's called fantasy football, right? So, like, if it's a fantasy football, you should not take whatever they say too seriously, because it's not technically real. It's not real. It may be based on real people, but it's not real. So there's no point of actually getting upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part I don't understand. Like, this is why, like, part of me also don't understand sports to a certain extent. Like, when I'm watching sports commentaries, I don't know why people get so heated if someone can do X, Y, and Z.
Says people get upset when their waifu gets disrespected.
That's stupid, too. I think that's funny as hell.
Says it's always the Goku solos people to lol.
That shit is funny. If you go...
Says, and yet I've seen gamers who do nothing but game and don't hold down real jobs get mad.
That's weird.
Says at Kazu lol.
That is so fucking weird. I can't get behind that. That's just weird to me.
Says at mini_JIVA88 they get pressed when he loses.
Oh, I don't know. She can't get past the glide test. How? Hold on.
Says say any character is over Goku and it's a war zone.
Yeah.
Says I made a video saying Artexrtic beats both Vegeta and Goku and the Gakuder got heated.
How did she not pass that? That's the one. That's funny. So funny. Hold on. But yeah, the whole Goku, like, okay, I understand people love Goku so much. I understand it. I get it. But like, you gotta come to.
Says at Kazu game Sonic Archie overrated.
Okay, I understand
Says,
people.
Oh yeah, I tried to fix the leg on that kung fu fighting pose I sketched.
But like, I understand people enjoy Goku and whatever because, you know. But the one thing I don't like with the whole Goku shilling is when y'all come to my stream and be like, "Can you draw Goku?" I'm like, dude, what else?
He's carried by Hack Single.
That shit always throws me off all the time. Like, why does every time when it comes
Honestly,
to
Vegeta has a more realistic story as a fighter because he is not ruined by plot armor.
I guess so.
Darth Boricorn. A good fighter loses as much as they win.
Oh, don't tell them that.
Says yeah, you drew Goku and hardly anyone was here rude.
And it's weird.
Says howdy.
It's the strangest thing. Hello, Vox. What's going on? Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like, they'll ask me to draw Goku, I'll do it, and then when I do it, especially with because like the drawing I did of Akiriyama and Goku was to. I did it really fast because I didn't want to lose momentum.
Nice drawing, BTW.
I would have did a greater job.
Want to see fans go to war over something? Bring up Naruto vs Luffy.
Oh god. But like, okay, so when I did the drawing of Akira Toriyama and Goku,
TBH, those types of people make me mad if they won't stick around to watch.
Like, what's funny about that, when I do the drawing of Goku and Kiriyama, is that I was actually rushing through that. I was trying to get it in before it became less relevant and be very depressing. Because it will be very depressing if you post it like a week later after everyone's posted their shit. You know? Because it's all about speed. I wanted to put more effort into it, which bothers me now, when I should have just taken my time. Because if I did, that would have looked a lot better than it was there. Because obviously it looks all sketched up and... But like, you know,
makes sense.
I just don't want. It was a depressing.
Drawing, by the way?
It was a depressing thing to deal with. I'm drawing Lucy from Fairy Tail. Let me see here.
Says that Kazu real. Says okay.
It was just a depressing thing to draw because it was gonna upset me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just get out of the way, knock it out, and then I'll post it.
Honestly, it's not worth arguing over Naruto because the story itself ruins the show when you learn Naruto had everything down to genetics on his side long term.
Says I first found your account when you made the Ochako Spider Sona.
Ochako Spider Sona? Ochako Spider Sona? What are you talking about? Spider Sona. What are you talking about, man?
Says, well, Ema, head out. You guys have a nice day and good luck with the drawing.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Says Spider-Woman thingy. Says, and
oh, you're talking about the drawing I did for that commission I was doing for Souls. That was his OC that he wanted me to draw, and I drew it. It was a giant spider lady who had the dark skinned spider lady.
Nightbed. Be a support hero today.
That's what you mean, okay.
By using commands like /donation and /cash app.
Now, the problem with this is the skirt looks too boring. So we need to figure out how to fix this. I don't think the jacket's too common.
No, it was Ochako. You're a rocker from MHA as Spider-Woman, I think.
No, I never drew her a Spider-Woman. You got me confused with someone else. I never did that. Actually sounds like a good idea, too. So. The only time I drew anyone that was Spider-Woman.
Says I'm going insane.
Yeah, because I never did that. You got me confused with the other guy. I never did anything of Ochako and Spider-Woman outfit or anything close. I thought he was referring to the arachnid drawing I did of Souls' character.
Says I was insane once.
But I think that's what was getting confused. But you know, just to be clear, you're not referring.
Says, is that Lucy or Rebecca?
You're not referring to. Hold on.
Your favorite primetime channels are on YouTube.
Hold on.
Enjoy the latest shows and films. So, what are you, a sidekick?
Says at Dragon Heart Mangaka Law.
You're not referring to this.
Yesterday it's Lucy.
You're not referring to this.
Find your favorite movies and TV.
I don't think so. I really doubt that.
Thank you, Snacks, for following.
Says it was a long time ago though.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I ever did something like that. No disrespect or anything. I don't remember doing that at all, or posting anything like that. I think I would have remembered that too.
Says actually I might need a little advice drawing toes.
Well,
Says at Brightrick Low saw ICBC I saw Happy End. I was like it could be either one of them.
yeah.
Says alright.
I'm doing, get rid of this. I'm doing, freebies today, so if you guys are here, if you have an art question, I'll answer it. I only do this with my students, so I'm only going to be doing it for today. Bring in new students, probably.
Says alright, Lemma, send it. Give me a sec.
What is she saying to me? It's pissing me off. My character keeps going down. What are you doing, babe? I did it 6 times.
Says Ayu.
I don't know, powers. I don't know, man. Like the whole power scaling thing is just not for me. And sometimes there are some power scares that are very disingenuous as fuck. Like they don't want to be wrong, so they'll just make up or say shit that either doesn't make much sense or they'll just pull something out of nowhere and then just like it's kind of funny.
Says it who drew them then, but it was a good idea.
Heyo. I don't know who drew that, but that sounds like a good idea. I don't think it was me. They don't like sound like something I drew. Hello.
Says she was swinging over a building.
Yeah, that was not me. I didn't draw no building at all.
Says what was that?
Hmm? What?
Says that humming sound. Says Sonic got ruined in the 2010s.
Oh, no. A lot of things got ruined within the less of the 2010s or so, late 2010s. So it's not really that surprising that Sonic got ruined. This consistency to progressives don't really make sense. They don't like consistency. They want to constantly change things and not keep it consistent for good reasons.
Says so Sega hired writers who knew nothing of Sonic.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people who hired people who don't know anything about Marvel characters, and that's what what's happening to Sonic is no different from what's happening to comic book industry, the gaming industry. It's a bunch of activist, dumbass people who are in the fucking thing who are not qualified or who are probably a diversity hire.
And they ruin every character.
They have diversity hires in there who are gonna just push crazy ideology and insane shit, or sometimes not even ideology. It's just degenerate shit that doesn't make much sense. Make characters say things that they will never say.
I sent them.
Or make them into things that they never asked for to be. That's what happens when you bring activists or just insane people onto your thing. This is why I have no problem with the idea of gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is needed. It keeps crazy people out and not ruin the hobby for everyone else.
Guy who loves adventures and be serious when he needs be.
Well, that's what happens.
Says to a guy who can't take anything serious.
That's
Says
crazy.
they're in your Discord BTW.
Alright, let me check. Discord. No. Fuck. I already have it downloaded, fuck. Actually, why am I not using that more often? Who's this? Jancy. Trying to sign up for Spotlight. I don't think you've signed up yet. It's a monthly event that will post every end of the month, start of the month. For example, this March you sign up. I will send you the DM, then when you spotlight the opportunities as well. Okay. Okay. I always find it kind of funny when... Oh, let me see. Hey Teach, could you show... should draw the toes on the feet. I attempted it, but it looks funny. I'm not sure how to draw them.
Says anyone else excited for Sonic Move 3?
There's actually no
Sonic
need.
X Shadow Generations.
There's no actually need to draw the toes. So when you put the foot out like this, let's just say this is like, say this is just the foot alone, right? Let's just say this is the foot, right? And this is the toe. The only thing you have to draw is just this part. That's it. Because the toe will overlap all the other toes anyway, especially at this angle. But like, if you just have to overlap them.
Thank you, Iris Say, for following.
There's no need to do a bunch of toes drawings. Oops.
Says speaking of Sonic X Shadow, I want to know how Sonic and Shadow got shipped. Says what about the other one though?
Let's see. If the foot is going the way it is like this, with the shoe, the toe will be here. I would do it like this.
Says at Kazu, you know how fans are.
You know how those, you know how they go. Those are the same. That right there is the activism I'm talking about. The activism diversity nonsense I'm talking about. Those people from Tumblr or where the fuck comes into the industry and then fuck up everything for everyone else. And if you say anything, then you are a problem.
Says it bright or close now because the ship community do nothing actual common sense.
No, they don't. Why do you think you have so much My Hero Academia shipping amongst the boys? But if you ever ship any of the boys with the girls...
Remember you said to fix that one leg that was off to the pose below it.
I know. It goes, you get like a world war of attacks. And it's usually grown women who are trying to push boys together, which is very strange to me. But it is what it is. It's not even like, identifying men. It's usually just grown-ass women. It's very strange. I have this weird kink.
Says at Kazu, that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's wild. And those same people get jobs in higher positions in these industries, and then the industries are like, or the organizations are like, why we're not making any money? I don't know. Maybe Cassie over there from fucking Tumblr, who had a bunch of shipping amongst characters that didn't make much sense, or just their insane fantasy, got a position here in let's say Marvel or something. And because she's writing things like this, therefore she's writing about Wolverine doing Gambit, and Gambit doing, I don't know, fucking Cyclops. Cyclops is doing some Juggernaut somehow, and then also Juggernaut's doing Jean Grey, and Jean Grey and Juggernaut, and then Cyclops in a polyamorous relationship, and you're wondering the fuck why you guys not making no money. You know what I'm saying? You see how stupid this sounds?
I think I've heard of that.
You see how dumb this sounds? And then you guys wondering, why is no one buying our books?
Says Bakudeku didn't need to be created, nor did it make sense because Bakugo hated Deku.
But if you say anything of the sort, you're some type of ist.
Says I'm back.
That shit makes no sense to me. Now you put the side of the foot here, and then what you do is you, okay, so to make this make sense, the foot here, the upper part of the foot actually overlaps the back of the heel. So it has that 3-dimension there. So I'm going to overlap this like this. Oh, sorry. Like this. Right.
Says it welcome back.
Right there. And then we have to erase this part. Like that. And then...
Says, but I have to go to sleep. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night. Well, no. I answer your question just in case.
Even though Sonic has been shown to only like women.
Yeah, I know.
Says Aunt Shadow ain't like that. Oh, yes. Says it bright or close tide, but I'm just going.
That's why you get Tumblr writers. That's what happens when you get Tumblr writers.
Me of an overlapped hand, kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's technically what it is an overlap hand.
Says it good night.
Why does this keep popping?
Says it night.
It's an overlapped hand. That's ultimately, hey, Vinny. Vinny? BB? Vinny? I think they're Vinny. Am I saying the right name? And the foot's going this way. So, like, it's...
Says, why am I so stupid in certain spots?
I don't say why you're saying that.
Says at Kazu, we know that's what shippers do.
They have nothing better to do. And most of them are just self-inserts in the first place. So it's not even like they're even putting They're not putting these characters together because they just care about these characters. They're putting these characters together because they're self-inserts. Look what happened to Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2.
Says Sonic was drooling over a woman in one of the original series.
So like it is.
Says okay, I think I got it now, thanks.
Yeah.
Says Archie Sonic dated Sally Acorn the whole series.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. What you're saying is no different from thousands of people saying the same thing about X-Men, the DC universe and stuff. It's a vehicle. That's.
Says and they even got married and had kids.
Your Sonic.
Says, come on, those two were cute.
Your Sonic canon is. It doesn't work for the progressive left. It doesn't work with progressive ideology. And because it doesn't, therefore they're going to change it. That's how that works. This is why gatekeeping is needed. Because if it was vice versa.
Didn't know all that.
Because if it was vice versa, right? And we were to take someone who's a certain orientation and then originally was that orientation from the jump. So like someone like anyone that was on that a different orientation other than being straight.
It's weird that Amy always tries to chase Sonic. He doesn't even like her.
Well, she's supposed to be just a comedic
Says
trope.
close, the more you learn about Sonic, the better.
Oh, I hate this fucking song. I don't know why people like this song so damn much. Such a stupid song. Why is it not healing yet? Okay. It just is what it is.
Says that a known user for 5 Amy was created to be the damsel in distress. Says yeah, but her original design was creepy. Says I read a backstory on her. She was a kid then became a teenager. Says hey Teach.
Hey Panda, what's going on?
Says that a known user for 5 Amy's original design was a human woman. Says but then it changed to hedgehog. Says Sonic is 15 and Amy is 12. Says I wish they would have made her Sonic's age when they very first met and not as a kid. Says Rogue the Bat is a 5. Someone please agree.
Over here. The finger.
Says that
oh shit! I drew the arm. I drew the finger a little too.
Says that a known user for 5. Well, they had undecided ages when they were made until later in the modern ages.
What's that?
Says what is the character? Says that Kazu thanks for the unexpected Sonic facts. Says at Brightriclose, thank you, my guy. Says at Carl Grimes, Lucy Heartfilia.
Huh? Yes, yes, yes.
Says I like Knuckles' hothead personality, TBH. Reminds me of when I'm cranky. Says at Brightriclose, no problem. Says okay.
Okay, this
Says
hand.
I know the struggle. You got it.
Get this.
Says at a known user for 5 what you.
Let me grab this.
Says that a known user for 5 Knuckles only has one goal and purpose, and that is to protect the Master Emerald.
As a content creator, I actually have to do a lot of that.
Says at Kazu WTF.
Grammarly is the AI writer.
Says hands can't live with them, can't live without them.
And faster, allowing you to get stuff done.
Says true, but he and Sonic go at it a lot. It's pretty fun.
From there, I can adjust the tone to friendly and
Says at Carl Grimes, it's the truth. It's his character.
precisely hits the tone I was trying to achieve. This is also great for me when I'm finding business emails. I struggle with sounding confident in my words.
Says I don't know which way is up.
Sound confident and have Grammarly's AI tool for me. Kind of like a dream come true. And the best part, you can start using Grammarly right now for free. All you have to do is sign up and download Grammarly.
Fix this part.
Says at a now user for 5 because Eggman manipulated Knuckles into thinking Sonic was stealing the emerald. Says who's the little kitty character beside her.
That's happy. Okay, let's get this right.
Says WTF. Says at a known user for 5 Happy the cat.
It's happy. How about happy? Okay.
Says that is cute.
I think that's fine. I think we... The hand, the arm. The arm is bothering me. Like, it just looks really strange. It looks too, like, you know when something looks too straight? It looks too straight. Okay, and then we'll go over here.
Says to stiff.
Yeah, it's way too stiff. It lacks... It lacks a sense of, like, fluidity. Fuck!
Says oh, it didn't TTS that one message. Says I learned a hard trick was to draw an arm to make them look relaxed in stiff poses.
I learned...
Says or the other one.
Why do people come to the fucking YouTube shorts and just say hi in that whole conversation? I don't see the point of saying hi if you're not gonna have a whole conversation. Why are you saying hi? The fuck? Like, it's the
Sonic
weirdest
says himself who he
fucking
is,
thing.
and it's funny how no one outside of the community knows what he said.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Says because the story is for. Says fire asterisk.
Okay, that's a lot better of a hand. That looks like a better hand. That looks a better hand. You know, the thing when people draw hands, they tend to draw them a little too small. That's usually their downfall. I have a mod who draws their hands a little too small every time when I see her artwork. I always point out to her all the time, hey, looking too small. I think what really plagues us is not learning how to rotate. I think I should make that a thing.
Says I'm low-key waiting for Deku to admit he loves Ochako like she admitted she liked him. Says also so it'll spite the Baku Deku shippers.
Nah, it won't. Trust me, it won't.
Says everyone disappeared.
It really won't, to be honest with you. You'd be surprised how much people will ignore something. That's what happens with progressives. They tend to ignore things because it doesn't fit their narrative. So no matter what, how many times you might make something canon, people don't care about canon. Especially if it's something that is extremely popular and they feel like they can have the will to bend it, they'll do it. That's how far gone this ideology has gotten. This progressive ideology has gotten. Hey, yo. Yo. Is it yo? Yo. 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 Hello. Okay. I think Lucy is done.
Says I love how the Sonic trailer got bullied so bad they fixed the design.
That's what should happen to most of these companies when they make a change like that. I feel like part of it was on purpose. It just felt very on purpose. just feels that way sometimes when I think back on that.
Says, have you ever drawn using your fingers before?
Yes.
Says Sonic is going to be older in Sonic Movie 3. Says I'm out, might be back later.
Okay.
Says at Kazu later.
There, bro. Okay. I think Lucy's done. See, I don't like the eyes.
Everywhere. Grocery stores and supermarkets, gas stations, chiropractors' offices, bowling alleys, grocery stores, which we already mentioned.
Oh my god, why do I keep getting Oh my god, why am I keep getting different versions of the same damn song? Look at this. Bro, this is getting on my nerves, bro. Stop it. It's the same fucking song.
Says it Joe Lucy heart failure.
It's getting on my nerves now.
Says adjust the right eye closer to the edge of the face.
Let me see. Let's see about that. Hold on. You're still standing. Ooh, that
Says
doesn't
mirror
look.
right eye.
Yep, it looks like shit. Okay, this needs a lot of work. The face specifically. Eyes way too stretched out. Face looks really altered. We need to fix that. Okay.
Thank you, Gio, for following.
Says not that eye, the other one.
Nope, they don't. They both need fixing. This isn't. There's just one. We need to fix the whole face. It is fucked. face is super fucked. It needs to be fixed. Okay, this one needs to be fixed too. It is way too stretched out, and it makes this look really weird. So what I will do... Yep, it's really weird. Where are these eyebrows? I can always fix that later. Okay. Faces. I'll do. Get rid of the eyes. We need to fix that. Completely get rid of them. I didn't even like them in the first place, the way they was looking. It was looking really strange. Let me see. Let me put back on this. Yeah.
Says him back was shedding my cat.
Hold on.
Our accredited PetSmart trainers and expert groomers will
First, we'll do this one.
your everything. Plus, save up to 20% on your dog's first groom with the Salon Welcome Package. So that your pet can be by your side for all the moments that matter. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
Oh, why they keep giving me fucking...
Says can't get my display working on the Union Pro.
That sucks. Sorry about that. Make sure you go through tutorials on YouTube. This song has too much Undertale vibes. That song has too much of a Undertale vibes.
God Mode 779. Long time no see.
What up, Godmo? What's going on, bro?
God Mode 779. It just bored right now.
I see you. If you're bored, bro, you can just hit up some video games, bro. One Piece.
God Mode 779. I wonder something.
Like?
When your hotel room is your bedroom, and your living room, and your dining room, maybe you need more than a hotel room. Get an Airbnb, you get more space.
These are words to work by. Supplies, solutions, support.
Each
Call
1, 2, 3.
or just stop by.
God Mode 779. Why are the pizza boxes a square and the pizza is a circle and the pizza slices are a triangle?
I think someone asked this very question before. Why are the pizza boxes square? Why are the pizza circle and the pizza slices are? Oh, I think someone asked this very question before.
Says now I've got that motivation to draw more of those kung fu poses.
That's good. Anyways, this just answers the question that geometry works well with each other when it makes logical sense. No, I guess you can put a square pizza in a square box. There's nothing wrong with it. And you can still get triangles out of those square pizzas, but it really makes not much of a difference. The only time the circle won't fit if the circle was too big for the box in the first place. And I guess it looks more pleasing instead of it looking square. But I'm not saying there's any square pizza before, because there's thousands of that before, but I think it's just aesthetically pleasing sometimes to most. It could be just aesthetic to keep it circular. It's not like it's not be off that. Because you can still get pizza square.
God Mode 779.
Yes, link in
Do
bio.
you have a Discord?
Link in bio. Or you just literally scroll down, I think. It's like people don't really use this. It's like, what's the point? This is why I don't understand. What is the point of the bottom?
God Mode 779. Okay, I am joining.
Okay, I don't understand why people don't use the thing that Twitch puts at the bottom. It's like it seems pointless. No one goes down there. It just feels that way. What's one thing you regret? Wasn't able to. No. Not putting much effort in my studies. Now compared to I was before.
Says people hate reading teach.
I know. I know. Boy. Alright guys, so we're going to get straight to the reaction stuff, so I'm going to just stop this and put it on to the reactions. So if you want to hear what I have to say, come over here on YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. We do a thing called a podcast where we listen to something that we're reacting to based on what we're interested in, and then we give our commentary within the video, or in case maybe or even after the video, so here's what it is. So we're going to go straight to it. We're only doing 2 videos because I kind of want to play Genshin today, so let's get straight to it. So over here it says
God Mode 779.
It
Yay.
says, let me get this real quick, just to make sure everything's in its rightful place. Nope, it's not. I knew it. 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 Okay, so yeah, Whew! Okay, so today we're looking at Clownfish, and Clownfish states, or not, I don't think it's a fact, but maybe it's just a rumor, that Rumble might buy TikTok. So let's hear what they have to say on this very issue. It'll be really interesting to hear what
God Mode 779.
Neon and his Geeky Sparkles have to say for this, because it'll be interesting if Rumble does buy TikTok.
For your gas today?
I wonder how much I can get away on TikTok now if Rumble buys it, because Rumble's known to be pretty, as I've heard, is pretty open to the idea of being free speech. Is trying to keep free speech. I don't know.
779.
It's going to allow me to.
OMG, why is there ads?
I'm not sure. Like, wait a minute, why is there? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know if it will have the same policies. I really doubt it. If it ends up being bought, but it is what it is. So let's see.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about TikTok and this looming TikTok ban. Apparently there is a vote coming up, I think
Clownfish
tomorrow,
TV.
to push this ban ahead on TikTok. And what would happen if TikTok gets banned is that the company would have like 5 or 6 months that they would have to sell it to an American company or get away from ByteDance, right? If they want to continue operations in the US. And now Rumble
God Mode
has put out a
779.
formal offer to buy.
Oh shit! They put a formal offer to buy TikTok. Holy shit! I thought that was a rumor. They actually put a statement that they will do it. Oh shit, what can I get away if they buy this thing? I wonder if I can get away with the shit I can draw and talk about.
TikTok. So this is pretty interesting because I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if Rumble has deep enough pockets for TikTok or what the asking price would be.
I'm sure it's going to be, if it gets to that point, which I don't know if it will, it's going to be really expensive.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, TikTok is the biggest YouTube competitor right now. And it would be a shortcut for a company like Rumble to leapfrog and you know, in some ways surpass YouTube. But that being said, golly, wouldn't it be funny if that did happen? Because I remember people telling me that there was no way that Elon Musk could buy Twitter.
I know, but like these are the two competitors I like to have. I don't even care if you don't like Elon Musk or even Rumble. If any of these two platforms buy it, I'm for it. I am so for Elon Musk or Rumble buying this damn thing. Because I'm tired of getting in trouble every 5 seconds for stating my opinion on something that is factual half the time. Because I like to state facts! And because I like to state facts, it gets me in trouble. So like Kyle. But like, it is what it is. So I'm all for it if they buy TikTok. I have no problem with it. I have no issue with it. They've been kind of a good alternative to YouTube anyway. So like, if Rumble buys it, then they'll be more of a competitor to YouTube than they are to to Instagram and all these other platforms. Then they'll really be a threat to deal with, and YouTube will have to look at that and be like, that Rumble over there is looking kind of threatening a little bit, not like before, but now it has really caught my attention. And then like let's be honest, if Elon Musk were to buy it, which I don't think he will, but then again, if he were to buy it, that will piss off to YouTube actually, because this man's actually a genius. So like that will piss.
Ryaga Samurai. Facts are oppressive, teach.
They are oppressive as they claim. But I swear, if he buys that, bro, Bry, I'm telling you, bro, if Elon Musk or Rumble buys TikTok, me and you will be swimming in money right now. I can actually get to pay my mods. I can get away with the shit I get to say and the things I get to do. And get to draw. Without some fucking Tumblr person coming up in my shit and trying to cause trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can draw whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about a damn thing. Not gonna lie, I was able to draw whatever I want on YouTube. Because I seen what people can draw on YouTube. To a certain extent. I can see a lot more than I can do on here. This is safe. What I'm doing is extremely safe. Like, safe. Man, Bry, if either of these two companies, or if Elon Musk or Rumble buys it, we will be making mad money, bro. I can actually pay y'all for do the work you guys do. Can actually get around doing that and make some actual money. Especially,
and he did buy Twitter, and Twitter is a very different place now from where it was a year and a half ago. And the other big far left holdout is TikTok. And if Rumble, of all places, of all companies, would buy it, people's heads would explode. Like,
I have no problem with that.
It would be insane. Then they would do a 30-second clip of like putting their head in the microwave or something.
Like that. Yeah. Oh my god.
Hashtag head explode.
Samurai.
Eat a Tide Pod.
Let's go.
Anyway, let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
It's here, the month
This
of
is
mercy,
awesome. I like the
where
sound that Rumble
opportunities
might
for
buy
a better
TikTok,
dunya
or
and
at least
akhirah are
Elon Musk,
presented.
if possible.
This will be
I'd rather
amazing
Elon
news
Musk a
eighth
little bit,
Ramadan.
because since he owns Twitter, I can definitely get away what I want to draw. That's like that's a given from that point. Given what I see what's going on TikTok on Twitter, oh Jesus Christ. If he somehow implements, if he buys this thing and implements TikTok and Twitter, oh my god. Wow, man. Oh, bro. Just money everywhere. The furries, the anime degenerates, all of them. All of them. I don't have to worry about losing my channel. I don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing because leftists. I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. And I can still keep my following. Oh my god, bro! If he buys Twitter, implements Twitter, I can probably still keep my follow count on Twitter and add whatever I have on Twitter on my follow count on TikTok. Whoa! Think about it!
I sent you something on art help, but I'll wait till after this video.
Think about it! This would be amazing! I'll be up there with those TikTok, those Twitter artists who have those crazy amount of numbers, who's been there for a certain amount of time or such a short amount of time. Yo!
Yeah, so TikTok is coming under fire again. Now Trump is saying that he doesn't want it.
Now Trump is saying he doesn't want to get banned. Trump new opposition to TikTok ban isn't swaying.
Banned. Biden says he wants it banned, I guess, but they're still using it for his re-election campaign.
Stupid. I still say it's dumb. He says he make this make sense. And I keep saying this. Imagine if I said, this restaurant is poisoning people because we believe that's what they're doing. Right? But I'm going to hold my campaign at that restaurant to shake people's hands and talk about policies and issues. I want to ban the restaurant for poisoning people, but I'm going to use that restaurant to bring local people who wants to know me as a president to shake their hand, kiss their baby head, and tell them all the good things they want to hear. What sense does that fucking make? You see how stupid that sounds? That doesn't make any sense. Make that make sense. I'm going to get rid of TikTok, but I'm going to use it for my campaign. I'm going to get rid of the restaurant that's poisoning people, but I'm going to use that restaurant to go and sell and tell people to come see me and say hello and shake hands and talk about policies and all that stuff for my campaign. Do you see how maddening that sounds? Am I speaking Chinese? Am I taking crazy pills? Does anyone hear how that dumb that sounds? That is insane. If you can't see past that and don't see that doesn't sound weird or strange, then something is really wrong with you. That sounds dumb. Why would you do this? I don't like said person, but I'm going to have said person I don't like to run my campaign. I don't want them here. I don't want them around me. But I'm going to have them run my campaign.
Ryaga Samurai. It's pretty dumb.
That's really stupid.
Banned.
So
Yeah,
what I think is happening is that the reason why he wants to ban it, not the reason why, that maybe there's other reasons, but let's just say the part I'm arguing, yes, that was weird to say. I bet you if Trump said the same exact thing, people will be on him like a white rice cell dummy.
Right.
You know, nobody really seems to know what to do with it, but TikTok was urging users this week, stop the shutdown, call Congress. Apparently they had teenagers calling, threatening to put their heads in the microwave if they banned.
Teenagers,
no, they were
teenagers was threatening politicians on their phone to call for not to get TikTok shut down, to put their heads in the microwave. Why would you do this? How's that a win? How is that a win? How is that a gotcha on those people who are trying to get rid of your app that you like so much? How is that a win? What does that do for you? You just won't be here.
They were threatening to kill themselves. I read somewhere that there were teenagers saying that they.
Okay, see, that's why TikTok's dangerous.
That's insane.
That just proves their point.
Yeah, you just proved that. Yeah, ultimately, you calling politicians on the phone to stop your TikTok ban by threatening to put your head in a microwave proves why TikTok needs to be banned. You just proved it. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Why would you do this? This is why kids need to get off this internet. I tell you every time. I say it every time. If you take away the internet if we were to take away the internet for 5 years, I think things will go back to what it is. Just outright take away the internet. I know I won't be on TikTok anymore or Twitch or whatever being artwork, but I'm just saying, like, I get it. It applies back to me too, but like, imagine if we just take away the internet from virtually not just kids, but from everyone, and just gave it to the government, or not even to the government, just get rid of it in general. Let's just say we just get rid of the internet, completely get rid of it, right? There's no way you can use your phone to access it. You can't use no device to access it. You can't use your computer. Your computer is just meant for documentations and stuff like that, right? Right. Imagine it was like that. It would be the 90s all over again, or the early 2000s, because there's no doxing. Yeah, you can't dox someone if there's no internet.
Ending it all over TikTok is crazy.
I know, that is dumb. Makes no sense. Right? It would be the early 2000s again. Kids will have to literally leave their house to go outside and, learn how to, like, get to know one another. You can't be on the internet making stupid genders in the room all day. You can have to go outside and understand other people and talk to them. Get to know them. Get over your anxieties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that people has it, but then again, just being in the house doesn't help either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will get them moving. Get them out there, doing stuff, having fun, enjoying life. Not being in the internet and being always depressed all the time because, I don't know, someone triggered me because that drawing is hurting my feelings. Her titties are too huge, oh my god! And you just shake your head and be like, fuck, bro. It's just frustrating, man. It's just frustrating. And after a while, you're just like, what? It's just... like, the world war is not coming fast enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't... Okay. You're just proving them right.
Yeah. So this is going down. They've got grandmas calling because they don't understand what's going on. They're like, "Why you want to take my TikToks away?" But this kind of surprised me. I saw it earlier today on.
I'm kind of impressed that these kids even found the phone in general to use to call these people in the first place to say what they have to say. So I'm kind of impressed by that. At least they picked up the phone and called someone. Most of these kids don't know their own phone number. So that's actually quite impressive. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's quite impressive on their behalf. Everything else after that was pretty stupid, but like that is actually quite impressive. I don't really trust kids to do anything by themselves these days because most of the time they put themselves in positions where they just not that smart half the time. So wow.
Twitter, that Rumble made a formal offer to buy TikTok. This is coming from the Daily Mail. Of course, they have to.
I would be incredibly impressed if my little brother did that. If my little brother did that, I'd be incredibly impressed. I was like, fuck. Dude have brains enough to at least call a politician.
They have to put this in there. They can't just say, hey, Rumble wants to buy TikTok. Controversial free speech site Rumble wants to buy and operate TikTok.
I think TikTok sounds like the more controversial site.
I know, right?
Is it controversial because they tend to lean the way they don't like?
Rumble is basically what YouTube was about 10 or 15
years ago. Yes.
That's it. For my
yes,
personal...
That's what YouTube should have stayed as 10 or 15 years ago, not what it is today. It's kind of awkward for me to even complain about this because I don't have that much issues and qualms with YouTube like that. I very have any issues with YouTube, but maybe I'm not that much of a content creator to say such, because I know content creators have real issues when it comes to free speech on YouTube, and I know Kyle's one of them, who I listen to a lot, and I love his content and stuff, and other YouTubers who have very similar ideologies as I do, or at least understandings on how things are going in the gaming sphere or animation sphere or any type of sphere that has to do with pop culture. So I get it to an extent, but maybe I'm just haven't been silenced hard enough to know. Maybe I'm just too new still, but it is what it is. But I get it though.
My personal vantage point, it is basically early YouTube. And that's the problem now, because it's not, the media hasn't gotten to it yet. But yeah, they want to buy and operate TikTok in the U.S. to stop Congress from banning the Chinese-owned app. Now,
the touch of
I
a
just
black
want to
man,
put this
multiple
out there.
musical
And
notes.
this
the touch of a black man. Oh,
is ready to acquire and operate TikTok in the U.S. Pavlovsky stated his case further by explaining Rumble would store data safely and securely in the U.S. with its newly launched cloud service.
You know how much I want to play Kyle's work onto my streams? You know how much I want to play his shit in my stuff, because I find his stuff extremely funny, entertaining, and insightful, factual, and fun, and actually true. But it's just too much of a risk. It's just too much of a risk factor. I love his work so much. I find his stuff really, really funny. I think there are two creators that I really like right now. It's Kyle and Reaper. I know a lot of people don't know who he is. I don't think a lot of people know who he is, but he does a bunch of he does commentary about movies or like animated shows and stuff.
Samurai. I know.
I just love his stuff, and it's so funny, and his shit is very quotable, but like most of the time it's extremely offensive to the progressive left. So you can't even repeat half the shit he says.
Service. They said they could store data safely and securely in the U.S. with the newly launched cloud service that advocates for the free and open internet. And the letter comes as the House of Representatives has threatened to ban TikTok if its parent company ByteDance.
No, I'll send it to you, bro. Hold on, bro. I got you, bro. Come on, I'll send you his channel. You get a good laugh. His stuff tends to be taken down a lot because of what he says, and it's very obvious of what he gets in trouble with, but it's not. But it's the hard hitting truth. I think a little bit more hard than Kyle, to be honest. But I'm gonna send you his stuff. I think one of okay. Let me see.
Samurai. Appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. I got you, man. Hold on, let me put it in there. There you go. I love his work. I miss his old videos because they keep getting taken down, but they're funny as hell. I think the best one you should start with is, I'm gonna send it to you now. Hold on. I hope it didn't take it down yet. I'll send you. I'm gonna send you. Copy. I'll send you the Velma one. That was a good one. He went in. Let me send you that one. I think that was one of the first videos I saw from him. Was the Velma one. Here you go. The copy address. Is that thing doing that shit again? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, it's not aiming. Okay, I gotta aim it right. Okay. There you go. The Velma one is funny. And he goes all the way from episode 1 to 2, all the way to the final episode, and he goes in on them. I'll get to it in a second. We're finishing the video.
ByteDance does not sell, citing national security concerns about the Chinese.
I never thought as a pediatrician that I would be at all useful in a war. My name is Seema Jalani.
Government's access to user data. Now, it's interesting. You just pointed out that it's not just Rumble that's interested. They said that there actually is a group of people. So this is coming from Rumble. Dear Mr. Chu, in the event that ByteDance divests its ownership in TikTok, Rumble is ready to join a consortium with other parties seeking to acquire and operate TikTok inside the U.S. Specifically, we are ready to serve as a cloud technology partner.
Ooh.
Yesterday, Rumble announced the public launch of Rumble
Right,
Cloud. So
Samurai.
they're using this to
No problem,
push
bro.
Rumble Cloud too, and they did this with
You'll get a good
Powwow.
laugh.
They're like, oh, your servers are overwhelmed. Oh, you should come to Rumble. Yeah, it's a new infrastructure as a service offering that champions the free and open internet. Basically, think Amazon, but Rumble. All data on the Rumble Cloud is stored safely and securely at sites inside of the U.S. on Rumble's own neutral and independent infrastructure. It's in Trump's basement. Mar-a-Lago. That's where it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Rumble's offered to serve as a partner to a consortium to acquire and operate TikTok is subject to the negotiation of a definitive agreement. Yeah, I don't think Rumble would have the money on their own, although Peter Thiel does have deep pockets, and he is a backer of Rumble. So yeah, the stock went up. It's $7.69 a share, and they said that their shares soared by more than 15% just moments after the offer surfaced. In the event that ByteDance divests its ownership, they're ready to.
But that's a lot of ifs.
That's a lot of ifs.
First, they have to, agree to that they're going to shut down TikTok in the U.S. unless somebody else buys it. And I don't know, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on that one, because a lot of people use TikTok. It is concerning though, because there's questions about data and all that, and I get it. But even if that happens, it doesn't mean that they might just stay shut down. It doesn't mean that ByteDance would sell it to somebody in the U.S. It might just keep it shut down. You know what I'm saying?
They were going to sell it to Oracle, I thought, the last time this came up, and then that deal fell through. And the ban, they kind of cooled their heels on it a little bit, and now they're talking about banning it again. The worst thing that could happen is it winds up going to like Facebook or something. You know what I'm saying? Because we already have a media monopoly, and then Facebook buying TikTok would be, just be too much power, I think, in one place. But it's interesting. They can't just say, "Hey, Peter."
Fuck Zuckerberg. I do not want him to have TikTok. He already ruined Instagram. Fucking destroyed Instagram with his shit algorithm. No! I'm tired of this man getting everything. He can't keep getting away with this. You can't keep getting away with this. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. No.
Thiel has some money in it. Vivek Ramaswamy has some money in it. No. The platform has become home to dozens of QAnon supporting channels.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Left-leaning Media Matters for America published research last year after finding at least 27 channels that have been banned from other platforms.
So wait, because they wouldn't ban the channels, they want to ban their mat.
Yeah,
but I love how TikTok has been a big problem for a lot of reasons for years, but that's not questionable. And I'm sure there's weird QAnon crap on TikTok.
Yeah,
this definitely is.
The House representatives said on Monday that they're moving ahead with the bill that would require ByteDance to sell TikTok, and leadership is set to vote on the measure.
Thank you for liking the
Wednesday.
stream, Juan.
If passed, ByteDance would have 6 months
to
divest itself of TikTok and other applications to avoid a nationwide ban. Elon Musk shared his opinion on the bill in an X post on Tuesday. This law is not just about TikTok, it's about censorship and government control. If it were just about TikTok, it would only cite foreign control about the issue, but it does not. And Trump also voiced opposition. So it's like, I don't know if it's going to get banned or not. I have no idea. I'm of two minds of this. Like, on one hand, I think TikTok is terrible. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of really weird shit
There's a lot of weird stuff.
Pops up on TikTok. I think that I think there is some psychological manipulation going on with TikTok. I think that, the weirdness that began on Tumblr and migrated to Twitter has just grown exponentially on TikTok, and is definitely influencing younger people, Gen Z in particular. But that being said, it is concerning that the government's like, yeah, we don't like this app, we're going to ban it. Because I thought we were all like, hey, they're trying to get rid of Parler, they're trying to get rid of this site or that site or whatever.
That's true. It's the precedent.
Yeah,
and
so
that's very true.
All they have to do is tie your company to some foreign power or foreign country or something. Be like, well, they were trying to do this with like Russian game developers and stuff too. They're like, the game developer doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on overseas, but they're like, well, because you're part of Russian whatever group, we're not going to carry your games on Steam. Or
I think though it has a lot to do with like information and the who's getting the information.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, I like this. Not controversial. Controversial free speech site Rumble. Controversial.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm like, if you're gonna say I think the two, TikTok's more controversial.
Like they could afford it. Rumble's only worth $2.2 billion. TikTok makes $7.74 billion.
Well, that's what I said at first. But then they want to be part of a group. Like that makes more sense. The consortium, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be interesting though if you actually did have a bunch of right-wing investors buy it, because this is another site. It's like Twitter, where it was kind of a bastion of far left ideology. And if you had people like Peter Thiel come in and say, "Hey, I want to buy this site," it'd be like Elon Musk buying Twitter. But I don't know. I think it would probably kill off TikTok at that point. People would be like, "Nah, we're not gonna," because then all the hit pieces would be like far left, video app TikTok, where all the bigots and the Nazis hang out. They're doing it to Twitter now. They're like, when Twitter was good before the Nazis bought it.
Yeah, shut up. Election
what I'm saying? Like, I hate when they do that.
They're mad because they want platforms they can control. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about.
Everybody's like, there's nothing controversial about Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble hasn't. I mean, it never gets mentioned. Usually they talk shit about X and Facebook constantly, but now this is controversial. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah,
it never did.
Like, look, my personal opinion of Rumble is that it is basically, again, YouTube from 10 or 15 years ago, and the people that they're like, well, they've been banned from other platforms. Yeah, but they started on YouTube. They got banned because the media kept squawking about certain people, and that's what got them banned. Squawk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, they're taking the opportunity, I think, to latch on to TikTok to throw shade at Rumble, which most people forget exists, personally.
Which is good.
Anyway, we got to wrap this
because
up.
I like that. I like the fact that the media doesn't really pay attention too much to Rumble in the first place. The reason why, it makes it easy for me or anyone else to say what they want or do what they please without some fucking boogeyman who's trying to upset some other platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real honest with ourselves here. The only reason why majority of people don't say what they really truly mean is because either two reasons. One, it's going to be on Twitter, and they're probably on Twitter with their family and friends, probably. Or two, even if it doesn't reach to Twitter, they're in fear that whatever they say may get back to their job and they may lose their job. If that should be a thing, that should not be a thing. That should be a bill. If I say something that doesn't have to do with the said job, whatever I say outside that job that has nothing to do with that job, especially when I'm not on clock, should not affect me outside of that. It should be discriminatory on that behalf. You know what I'm saying? I think that makes sense. So whatever I'm outside of my job, as long as I'm not talking about the actual job, I'm talking about something that is passionate to me or my beliefs or whatever the case may be, and has nothing to do with the job at all, I should not lose my job. If I do lose my job under that, I should be able to sue you. I think that makes total sense. Because imagine if you're like, okay, imagine if you say you believe the world, the sky is blue, or whatever, and it's like you believe that the sky is red or green. Let's say it's green, but there really is blue, and because that's considered a controversial problem, per se. It has nothing to do with my job because I am a janitor, right? Let's just say I'm a janitor. I shouldn't lose my job through my boss because he or she heard that I said that the world is the sky is green. What does that have to do with my fucking job for you to get rid of me? Nothing. Right? There's only 2 reasons why you should just terminate my occupation. 1, I'm actually doing something life-threatening to myself or others. Or 2, I'm complaining and talking bad about said job I got. That's the only time that should happen. But if I have any other thing that talks about anything but that job or me causing harm to myself or others, I should not lose my job at all. You know what I'm saying? You see how that makes sense? Because 1, people can still be honest to a certain extent and won't be at fear when they talk about certain topics or subjects outside of their job. I think that makes total sense. You get actual honesty from most people than just them scared because I might lose my job because I don't agree with something. That is right now be considered agreeable because it sounds cool right now.
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants.
All right, like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoy this. This was awesome. We did this reaction of Clownfish and their take on the whole Rumble might buy, or there's other parties who wants to buy TikTok for whatever their reasons are. Hopefully those parties don't end up being Facebook or YouTube, or I don't think YouTube will do it because YouTube already has YouTube Shorts. So it's like it would be really stupid to do that. I think if Elon Musk if Elon Musk or Rumble does not buy it, I think the second best person is gonna buy it is probably Jeff Bezos, just to push products, because it's not like they're not already doing that on TikTok, right? Like they already got. I have a video that's coming out very soon in collaboration of something that I'm gonna be posting very soon that that pushes a product. So what? Why wouldn't Jeff Bezos buy that, right? And then replace all the shopping stuff onto the TikTok app. You know what I'm saying? When that makes sense on Jeff Bezos' behalf to buy it so he can get people to sell Amazon products the way that TikTok sells products. Because let's be honest, no one's using the Amazon app to as best as they can. They're using it, but they're not using it like the same way like TikTok has that reach and pull with selling products, right? So it wouldn't make much sense it would make more sense for him to buy it if he wants to push products and sell. But I don't even think Jeff Bezos is actually ownership of Amazon like that anymore. I don't think so. Is he? I don't know. I think he is, but I don't think he's like running it. I think he has someone else running it for him or something. I don't remember. I think he's retired, if I remember. I don't remember. But something to that factor. That would make sense. You can still get your products. And it would make sense for Amazon to do like some type of collaboration with Spotify. So the music thing isn't a problem. Because obviously when the music thing went away, a lot of people are suffering because they don't have the popular music anymore. And they have to use the free music that TikTok gives. That sucks, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that would make total sense. Just, you know, do some type of deal between, like, these music labels or something. So people can use music once again on TikTok and get more of a broader reach. It just makes sense in my head. Alright, so with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. I think I said it already, but it is what it is. Also, subscribe to Clownfish or me if you want, and if you want to keep these videos free and fun, go to Patreon. Okay, before I go to the next video and our final video,
Ryaga Samurai. The COD montage music, LOL.
That would be awesome. Okay, Ari, you still here or no? You tell me, are you still here? I don't know if you're still here or not. I just want to make sure if you're here or not. If you're not, I'm going to move on and go do the drawing. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes before we start our next video. I feel bad for you, Brian, when you asked me that question way back when you asked me the question, how do you know when to put the divot? I realized that divot thing that you put on the face, I know you was referring to this, to the cheek up to the divot. To answer that question, for that to work, you just have to, it's more of a stylization. It's not a mandatory thing to put the divot where the head is. It's just that it's supposed to be a stylization. I had a hard time explaining this because I was like, I wasn't too sure if that was a thing that was just, you know, accepted to be, or that was something to be forced upon, but no. It's obvious that, wait, is that in front? I put it in the back. Fuck, I'm stupid. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. Like that, maybe I put it like that. I think they're supposed to be in front, right? I think so. Yeah. Alright, already an answer, so...
Ryaga Samurai. So it's
yeah,
up to me?
I called you. Yeah, it's ultimately up to you. It's a stylization. So like you can put the head here for more depth, like sideways like this if you want, bro. Like if you want the divot here, this, I know you're referring to this. If you want the divot, you can put it there. It's more of a stylization for you, or you can literally make it straight. Because if you see your like your favorite anime, like say Black Clover or One Piece, like let's use an example. Okay, I'll look at it in a second. So like here, like this is what Robin's head looked like. Believe it or not, Robin's head does not divot. It actually just kind of, it's just this shape. So it's a stylization thing. But this is more realistic if you believe, or if believe it or not, this is the more realistic version of the anime head. Because there is a divot, because if you look the side of your head, there is somewhat of a divot. It's never straight like this. Right, so like to answer that question, it is a stylization choice to make the head like that. Because if you look at your favorite anime, there's some whose sideways heads, or they're doing a 3/4 placement, and you can see that it looks just fine depending on how the art style is. That really depends on art style and choice. Like if you put in side profile, you can see different side profiles and they all look different in their own way, or so. So it's up to you ultimately. There's no wrong way of putting that, but hold on. Let me just grab this head real quick. This hand has been bothering me. It should be bigger. There we go. Okay.
Ray Amelia Weber. I was asking ya if you could do a rough sketch of how I should do that pose accurately. It looks a little tricky cause of her legs.
Alright, hold on. Okay. 1 second. I wanna
Ray Amelia Weber. No worries.
There. Delete that. that. Okay. I think she's coming out pretty good than she did before. I like the eyes now than it was before. The eyes was looking really scary looking. Yeah, the eyes was looking really scary looking at first. I think, I know this is giant gap here, but like the hair I think is supposed to be in front. If let me look at the reference real quick and then I'll help Ari just to make sure it looks good. I feel like it's correct, but I could be wrong. Okay, so in this outfit, because she wears several different outfits. Okay, this is connected to this, and this is in front. Oh, okay. Okay. So what I'll do is go over here. Go over here. Oh, go over here. And then what we'll do is erase this. Erase all of that. Alright. I did not know about this part. I should have paid more close attention to this at the time. This part needs to be totally fixed. It's supposed to be like that. The cheek will be gone. So, boop. Okay. Actually, gonna. Okay. I'm gonna erase this. Clean that up. Right. Okay. Okay, you know what I'll do? This will do. Go back. I can make this work. Maybe I can make it in time. Okay. So that was a lot of going back on. Okay, so this part needs to be fixed. Delete that. Now the hair, this part can just go like this, right? So we can just take this piece. Shit. We can take this piece. What the fuck? We can take this piece right here. What the fuck? Oh. Like that. Delete this piece too. Right? And then delete. And then wrap it around the head like that. Or there we go. Well, not like that. Well, there's just a few tries to make it look right. Okay. Nope, still not good. Nope, still not good. Okay, that's a bit better. Now what's going to happen is that we need to make this, combine these two pieces of block of hair and make it work. There we go. And this is how we're going to make this look a lot more pleasant than it was before. Because it was just kind of being forced in, and not in a good way. Okay, erase this too. Right? And then we'll go to Alright, I'll do this half while watching the video. Okay, so, Ari, this was the original drawing I was going to do, but I think this was too damn boring. It was like, oh, look at me, I can draw that. I'm like, no, really boring. Okay, let me see what Ari said. So, Ari said here, hey, Teach, would it be possible to show how I should draw this in a rough sketch? I have an idea how to draw the waist, but the leg section is not. I'm not sure how to draw it. Wait, which one? Is that circled one? So how I would do this is give it a sense of like this, or no, more, I like give that gesture here, and then what's going to happen, I'm going to draw the head here, and then oop, okay, there we go, draw the neck like this, and then this one's mainly a box we're pretty much putting her in. Now I elongated the stomach a little bit too long, but I'll fix that. Like so. That. The leg will go, the foot will be there somewhere. Like that. And then the butt will be about here. Like that. Okay. Butt cheek is going to like that. Right, and then the arm is going to, oh, the head, the breast is going to, this breast will be inside the chest, as the other breast actually hangs off of the edge like this. Now remember, I'm not trying to get the accuracy right. I'm trying to get the fluidity first, and then I can worry about that later. Make whatever adjustments I need later. Right, and then the body here is much more wide here. There's no gap here, like that. So
Ara Amelia Weber. Wait, so I can bend the upper leg a bit, right? If I were to draw it straight, would it be the similar length of the head?
No, I don't think so. If you're talking about the leg that's up, that's in the air, no, I don't think so. The leg is going like this.
Ara Amelia Weber. I asked that cause her leg is really straight in the reference.
It can be that straight because the force is being pushed, so it's gonna be. I want to make it that straight, but like, it's not like it's not impossible to make it that straight because she's on a tilt. And that tilt is the bottom one. Right here. Which is, I think, yeah. So what I'll do is, okay. Did you send it? I would draw it like this because the gesture needs to be intact first, because if you try and make everything too strongly stiff, it's going to look robotic and then you just wasted time. It's all about the gesture that really important. That's why I did it very soft-like, and then I refined it later. You don't want to lose that gesture, because when you lose that, then everything else kind of falls apart. Remember, the gesture is the foundation of the whole feel of things. If you don't got that kinetic energy coming through the... That's why I made the line I did, because I didn't look at it as a straight line thing. I look at it as like a bow and arrow. Think of it as like a bow and arrow, okay? So like, think of it like, yeah, like this. This is like a bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Or like it's being pulled back. Like she's being pulled back. But there's this curve that's happening. So it's curving. But it's not 1, 2, 3. When it gets near her head, that's when you have to foreshorten the shoulders. Which I did wrong. Actually, I was supposed to pull that neck more. So I did over here like this. There we go. Alright. Oh, erase this part. And arm is like, yeah, her shoulder will be showing more, and then the head will show a little bit. Now let me fix this part. This is probably causing confusion right here. Okay. Right. That. Right, and then the leg is going like this. Knee is going up like that. Oops, did that wrong. And then so what you should do is use softer shapes when creating this first, and then once you feel like you're in a good place, you then start hardening areas that needs to be a little bit more straighter. You don't do the straightening first. So you do that, it's gotta look really robotic. So you yes, so you start with ovals and round. That's what I did. I started with the round parts of the body, and then after, once I feel like I got a good feel or energy going on, then I start refining parts and then erasing and fixing or whatever the hell I need to fix. I believe that the body's too elongated here, so what I'm going to do is here, pull it a little more closer, like about there. That's a little bit better. Okay. Stomach here is a little bit too pudged out, so we're going to push this in like that, and then we're going to wrap this around. Like that. Okay. Like that. Wrap around. Stomach is like this. Okay, stomach's like that. Arm. Shit. Too thick. Too wavy. See how I'm drawing the leg? See how I drew that leg? I didn't make it straight. I used the, let's see. Yes, correct. Like that. And then you see how straight the leg looks, but now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to erase the edges here, and I'm going to curve it a little bit. Oop, I'm going to curve it, give it some curve, so it doesn't feel too straight, but yet it feels straight, but yet with curvature right there. Right. I'm going to wrap this around here. Like so. Now you see how organic my drawing looks. And I didn't have to make it all robotic looking. It looks still straight, but yet it still has energy because we use the line, the kinetic energy line, which is also the ellipse line that I used earlier, to start off with, because it gives us a sense of guide on that behalf to do this. This shoulder's a little bit too rounded. There we go. All right, and then let's fix this part here. Yes. The fist will actually hold balance. You can do it with the hand open, but I think most people close their fists because it gives them a sense of like it's like a dumbbell thing. I don't know if there's the right term to say it, but it's like a balance pivot type thing. Keeps them balanced with that sense. It's like keeping like a balance, like a, I don't know if it's the right term. I'm gonna actually make this a little bit more slanted. Yes, a little more slanted. There we go. Yeah. No. That more. It's not more of like a action match. It's more of like, if you were to do. Okay, let me put it this way. If you were to do that kick right now, whether you're doing the form correctly or not, you're gonna naturally close your fists. You're not gonna have your fist open. You can do it with your fist open, but naturally, if you're just doing the kick without really thinking about it, you're going to naturally clench your fist. Most people would. It's a natural response, because the reason why is because the reason why you clench your fists is because when you're doing anything with force or kinetic energy, you tend to clench your fists because of impact, or because of it's just it gives you a sense of control over the situation. No one because let's put it this, when you're pissed off, you usually clench your fist before you keep your hand open. It gives you a sense of control of the situation by a natural physicality, if that makes sense. So if you're gonna jump, you're gonna close your fist most likely, then open your hand, keep your hands open. Because you're bracing for impact. That's what that is. You're bracing for the impact, even though you're not really hitting anything. That too. But even if you're not flexible, like I said, this is why even if you're not doing the form correctly, you're going to naturally close your fist. Watch anyone who's doing any form of actual physicality, that's physical form and stuff. 9 times out of 10 they're clenching their fist, or they're clenching their fist while doing it, or depending if their hand actually needs to be opened to catch something or stop impact. And even if we're catching for impact, we sometimes close our fist and put our arms in front of us so we don't hit the floor. We don't really keep our hands open all that much. Okay, if you watch two people fight, when someone's throwing a street fight, I'm not talking about boxing, but if you see a street fight and they're throwing a punch and the other person don't want to get hit, their hands are naturally clenched and they put their hands over their head with their hands clenched, because it gives them a sense of power of the situation, even though there's not doing much of anything. It's a natural response that we do as humans. So yes, 9 times out of 10 the fist will be clenched. Not only for form reasons, but just natural human response.
Weber. Wait, teach. With that one breast that's near her arm that's hidden, would the breast look more loose, like it's in movement for impact? Wouldn't that mean her breast would move with her body?
Because I don't think so too much, because given that the movement is going upwards, the breast will actually, because the breast already hangs, right? So the breast is not going to move any more than what it's being pulled down to do. So the breast will actually droop. So it is correct that the person made the breast just hang, not be trying to flop or whatever. Both. It goes for both of them. Neither one. Because the breasts are naturally fat, right? It's just fat, right? So because they're heavy, depending on how big the breast size is and stuff in the individual, it's going to make the breasts are going to naturally droop by default because of gravity, right? Yeah, because it's the characters are going down as the leg is going up, the breast is going to naturally just droop even more, and just the fact that the breast is drooping, it would show more. I would actually put more emphasis on the drooping, probably, but I think the person who drew this was actually correct anyway in general understanding. So the breast would actually just droop naturally as best as it can. Now if the breasts are like really big, then they're gonna droop. So if they're really big like this, if the breast was so big, they'll be like this, right? They'll droop the same and droop even probably more and longer. Like they'll droop like really droop like this. Like giant cannonballs, like, and like if you put like a cannonball in like a bag, it would literally look like that. But because the breasts are I won't say too big or nor too small, they're pretty even sizely big. This is the correct way. And too big, to be honest, in my opinion. There we go. And then you just have to make sure that the breast is poking out the way it should be. There we go. And then the arm will be here with the hand about 1, 2, bump, hand. You know what I'm saying? Now, I drew the hand a little bit too off because it's not right perspective-wise, but let me see. No problem. So what I do, I think I got pretty close to the original. I think I got pretty close. I think I did a bit of a better job, but I think I got nonetheless close. It looks like a woman kicking, per se. I think I made it like a little bit too long, in my opinion. Okay. I'll grab this a little bit, pull this back just a little bit. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. it behind or... Oh, no. Okay. Alright, so let's get to the next thing. I'm sorry about that, guys. I got so carried away trying to draw this. It was kind of cool doing gesture drawings. I think I'm getting better at it now. As a teacher, getting better at it. That's a good thing. So let's put a little bit more ellipse lines on that. I look like a bad teacher, but I didn't know how to draw this. So I had to go all out on that one. Nice kick, right? What do you guys think? Pretty good kick? I think it's a pretty good kick. Could be a bit better, but I think. Oops. This was a curve. It's supposed to bend. There we go. The arm here. Okay, there we go. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there you go. I would admit that I think I made the butt cheeks a little bit too low on my behalf compared to the actual thing, in my opinion. I think I still can get away with this. It's not like it's a bad drawing at all. Oh, actually, fix this part and then there we go. Interesting nonetheless. Thank you, Ari, for that. Your teacher can draw. I don't think so. I'd be surprised if it did. I'll just go back to what I was doing anyway. I don't think so. Alright, so from Nerd Lounge 10, you must, from Nerd Lounge, the 10 manga you must read in 2024. I'm trying to make sure to find videos that are more up to date than stuff that's like 2 years ago. Some of them are pretty good from 2 or 3 years ago that you never heard of, but try to keep more in line with stuff that's brand new. And Nerd Lounge has about 87 views, and this was a month ago, so it's pretty recent. So let's see what Nerd Lounge has to say. So let's go.
Which means there's a whole year of new manga coming out. And because it's the start of the year, it's time we talked about the manga that you should definitely be reading in 20.
I'm not sure if this might interest.
No, I don't care.
Lose so much weight.
2024. And remember, if you want to read any of these manga or pick up any manga at all, you can use the links down in the description and help support the channel. It's much appreciated. Let's get into the list. First one we're going to talk about is Gachi Akuta. Our main character Rudo lives in the slums of a floating city, built upon a massive chasm called the Abyss, where the city's waste is disposed of. After being framed for murder, Rudo is thrown into the Abyss, where he comes across a group called the Cleaners. The Cleaners fight giant monsters made of trash in the hopes that they will one day find a way to escape the abyss and get revenge on those that sent them there. Gachiakuta looks like it's going to be an absolutely action-packed series, with a really interesting premise and stellar artwork. It's a series that I can't wait to get into, and I am gonna have a first impressions video very soon. Goku Rakugai is a brand new shonen series, this time following a duo of troubleshooters for hire. The story is set in Goku Rakugai, a bright and bustling working class district with a hidden dark side. The main characters Tao and Alma will pick up any job, as long as the pay is there. But their main focus is on fighting and dealing with calamities, which are the evil spirit antagonists of this story. The art style looks absolutely stunning, and the premise and the way that action is portrayed makes Goku Rakugai a must-read for me this year. One of my most hyped releases for this year is the omnibus editions of The Fable by Kazuhisa Minami. The Fable follows a notorious hitman who's become a little too notorious in Japan. His kill count has become too high. His boss ordered him to lay low for a year to adapt to normal civilian life in order to redirect some of the heat and also use this experience to help his future work. However, this time off comes with a little bit of a stipulation. The boss warns Fable that he will face a deadly punishment if he is to kill anyone during his time off, so the stakes are at an all-time high. It follows the story of one of the deadliest assassins in Japan struggling to—
Wait. So wait, the premise is that he's like... Okay, Bright, please explain to me if I'm saying this right. Tell me if I'm saying this right. So it's an assassin who's known to, well, do what he does, and he was hired by a certain someone, I guess, and they said if you do any assassination while on your days off, you will be punished? Am I saying that right, or did I hear that wrong? I feel like I heard that wrong. I think I got something wrong down that translation. You tell me if I'm still right or wrong on that one.
To adapt to and survive a whole year of normal life. The Fable from this really short synopsis is giving off Sakamoto Days vibes, and I love that. It seems like it's going to be an interesting read, and it comes with the utmost recommendation from the community, so it's going to be a banger for anyone enjoying it. Next up, we've got Steel of the Celestial Shadows. Firstly, this series may have some of the best looking covers I have ever seen, and one of the coolest names as well. Secondly, it's a samurai story, so I'm sold. Steel of the Celestial Shadows follows a down-and-out samurai named Ryudo who, due to a curse, is unable to even pick up his trusty sword. At his wit's end, Ryudo decides to take his own life, before being saved by a mysterious woman, which kickstarts his journey into a strange world of magic and spirits. The story is following a path of honor and redemption, as most samurai stories do, but this time in a world steeped in magic. The artwork looks simple and clean, with a somewhat comedic flair, and the covers look absolutely stunning. I love samurai stories, as I'm sure you can tell, and this looks like something that's gonna add a little bit of extra flair to that genre. Another much sought after reprint that's releasing this year is the Initial D Omnibus editions. Initial D follows our main character Takumi Fujiwara, an 18-year-old delivery driver living in Japan's Gunma Prefecture, the location of Mount Akama. Fujiwara has been driving around this mountain for many years, which has slowly taught him the skills to be an almost unstoppable street racer. And thus, his story begins, where we follow Fujiwara as he becomes one of Japan's best and most notorious street racers in his classic Toyota Sprinter. This series has always been on my list to pick up. I just never could due to the price. This is finally an opportunity for myself and loads of new people to be able to read and enjoy this series. Gannibal is the first and only horror manga on this list, but it looks to be a good one. Gannibal revolves around a police officer named Daigo Hagawa, who has been assigned to a remote mountain town called Kuge. Everything seems fine at first, but after the strange death of an old woman, Hagawa comes to realize that the inhabitants of the village are cannibals, and it's his job to stop them. This series, which is aptly named, gives off hints of True Detective, The Hills Have Eyes, and Resident Evil 7. The artwork looks absolutely phenomenal, comparative to the series Homunculus in its art style. You know me, I absolutely love a psychological horror series, so I am really looking forward to reading this one. Set in future Japan, Adieu follows the story of Rico, who saves a young boy and discovers he has extraordinary powers. When they are attacked in a ramen store, Ito, the young boy, summons plant-like tendrils out of his arm, and the two of them are thrust deep into a story of political and military mystery, because the army are after Ito, but why? On first glance, this series gives me Akira vibes, especially when it comes to the designs and the setting. The political intrigue of the story, alongside the issues of immigration and xenophobia, seem to be setting this up to be an interesting read. Next up, we're going to talk about Bloodblade. The synopsis of this series could quite easily win the award for the
Bloodblade. It doesn't get any more 2000s than that. Very edgy name, Bloodblade. That's like someone's Xbox gamertag name. It doesn't get any more basic than that. Oh man.
The most to the point, bizarre, but brilliant first line ever. Count Vlad Dracula is reborn as a katana-wielding young vampiress in an alternative history Europe. This story seems like a mixture of classic monsters, isekai tendencies, and standard manga tropes. Dracula comes across Clara, a creation of Victor Frankenstein. Together, they are looking for a safe haven whilst battling off Cerberus, an organisation looking to capture and control the monsters. This seems like a very fun read. Nothing too serious, but a nice palate cleanser. Drifters is an isekai at heart, where famous historical warriors have been transported to a strange land and put to the task of fighting an evil faction. In this world, the humans are on top and are constantly fighting and lording over the other races, such as elves, dwarves, and halflings. The Drifters are made up of historical warriors, and the story follows their quest to defeat the enemy, protect the land, and rule over it themselves. This seems to have hints of Record of Ragnarok, a series that I really enjoyed, but with a massive fantasy spin. It's not often that we see a manga with dragons, but Drifters seems to be that exact story. It's a very well-renowned series that's been around for a while, and we're finally getting it re-released in an omnibus edition. And finally, another omnibus edition that I know a lot of people have been waiting for, Trigun. Trigun is the next release in Dark Horse's deluxe edition line, and it's shaping up to be one of the coolest of the year, with its design taking the cake for the most standout.
Dark Horse as anime? Is that right? Is he said Dark Horse? I didn't know Dark Horse has anime lineups. What the hell? Did you hear that again?
A lot of people have been waiting for Trigun. Trigun is the next release in Dark Horse's deluxe edition line, and it's shaping up to be one of the coolest of the year, with its design taking the cake for the most standout manga on your shelf. It's bright yellow. Trigun is set on the planet of Gunsmoke, where our main character Vash presides. Vash is a pacifist at heart, but is the owner of one of the most powerful guns ever created, capable of ripping apart whole planets. For this reason, he has a very large bounty on his head, and hunters are out to get this bounty by any means necessary. Trigun is an absolute...
Yeah, that kind of boggles my mind. I'm surprised that most of these, well, no, I'm not surprised. No, I'd rather not Westerners get anything handling close to any of these mangas, so yeah, that's actually mind-blowing to hear that one. That's mind-blowing.
Classic series that's seeing a resurgence after its recent anime release. It's a fun sci-fi action series with hints of Stephen King's Gunslinger, and I can't wait to read it in this large format. And that, guys, is 10 examples of manga that you should definitely be reading in 2024. Like I said before, down in the description are links to Forbidden Planet and Blackwell's, where you can pick up any of these series as they release throughout the year. I'm looking forward to picking some of them up, and there will be first impressions on the channel if you want to see what my thoughts are. Let me know down in the comments if there are any series that I've missed, any series that you think I should definitely be reading this year. And while you're down there, you can like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be alerted every single time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not sick of my face already, you can click one of the videos on the left and right of me to watch a little something else, or if not, I will see you in the next one.
I'll do one more video of him because I like how that went. Sure. I'm gonna sketch this. I'm going to do this one more time. This is Manga Hall has many rarest manga ever. Okay, that's one we can do. Okay, we'll do this one from him one more time. We'll do another one from him. It's called This Manga Haul Has My Rarest Manga Ever. So that's going to be interesting. Let's hear what he says.
Stop reading research papers like this. Googling back and forth while reading takes up more time than you could imagine. Instead, download Liner and ask directly on the paper. Liner is an AI co-pilot.
Hi, it's been a little while since we've done a manga haul, and I bought some manga. Obviously we've got the normal pre-order stuff, but I also bought some special volumes of a certain series and managed to get an absolutely awesome deal on some series that I've wanted to read for a little while. Probably don't need to introduce a manga haul, so let's just get straight into it. And first up, of course, is the pre-orders. Starting off with my absolute favourite series running at the moment, which is Dandadan. We've talked about Dandadan a lot, and I actually have a video talking about my first impressions of the series, but this has continuously been the most enjoyable read for me every single time it comes out. It's wacky, action-packed, and it feels like a breath of fresh air amid all the other stuff that I'm reading. Next up, we got the first volume of Chainsaw Man
Thank you for the
Part 2,
subscribe. Thank you.
Man
CC, I do appreciate it. Oh wait, I forgot
I'm
about
currently up to date with Chainsaw Man on the Shonen Jump app.
Oh
so
my god, I am so sorry.
This version
Guys over there on YouTube Shorts. Bloodblade, hello. Oh, there's a name Bloodblade XX. Look at that. Oh, you have the little ghostly from Hokai Star Rail. That's cute. Yes, thank you. I don't know if you guys still in here. I'm sorry about that, YouTube. Potential information or help or review. Okay, got it. So I'm sorry about that, guys, for those who are in here. I just now noticed over there YouTube Shorts. If you guys are still there, hello. Thank you guys for coming, Mel and Flubs. Oh no, Flubs.
Of it, but obviously I needed it to continue the Chainsaw Man collection. There's also a video on that if you want to know my first impressions. Next up, we've got the third light novel in my collection, which is Chainsaw Man Buddy Stories. Most of you will obviously know what a light novel is, but if you don't, it's basically the same as a novel in English. It's a written word book as opposed to a comic book. They're often aimed towards young adults, so it's easy reading, hence the name light novel. And this one itself is 4 short stories that focus on the characters from the manga.
No
it
pictures?
just gives you a little bit more context into what happens outside of the main chapters. Then, of course, as you all know, one of my favorite series is My Hero Academia. I picked up volumes 34 and 35, neither of which I've read. I've kind of been on a little bit of a manga pause at the moment to read some novels, but these are on the list and should be read in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, Dandadan is my favorite ongoing series. However, my favorite read from recent months has definitely been Homunculus. Once again, I already have a first impressions on this, but if you haven't picked this up already and you like psychological thriller seinen, this is literally one of the best things I have ever read. They're going to be releasing these 2-in-1 omnibus editions. I think there's going to be 5 or 6 of them. They look absolutely fantastic. The presentation on these is awesome, and the story itself is really, really interesting. It's very psychologically based, and it has an element of horror to it as well. Homunculus is definitely heralded at the moment for me for my #1 recommendation for people that haven't already read it. It is good. And that's all the pre-orders. So I recently got back from Japan, and while I was in Japan, I read a little series that you might have heard of called One Piece. I read the first 100 chapters on the
Friendly,
Shonen Jump app, just finishing off
your
the
art
first
looks
kind of
so
main
good. Thank you, I
arc.
appreciate
Since I've
it.
given
Thank
One
you,
Piece a read now,
Therian
and
God, you appreciate
spoilers,
it.
I like it. I thought I'd go
I
back
said
and try
that
and
right,
pick
Therian.
up the gold foils where I can on the cheap. During this haul, I managed to pick up
And that like
3
that's a furry species, right? A Therian. If I'm right, I think that's what that is. It's a certain furry species.
copies. 2 of them I got from one person, and I paid £5 for both of them, and the other one I got for £2. I was being serious when I said picking up on the cheap. So I got this one for £2, which is volume 17, this one in the 2 for £5, which is volume 5, and then this one, which is the one I'm happiest with, volume 1. I'm going to chuck a picture up on screen of how much this goes for on eBay, but it's probably one of the finer, more expensive things in my collection. Along with the 2 for £5, I also picked up some random volumes that they had that they threw in. I got volume 94, volume 99, and then 3 Japanese volumes. I don't know which ones these are, but I thought they were pretty cool. So yeah, I've basically started collecting the gold foils for One Piece, and I'm going to have a video on One Piece, hopefully in the first part of 2024. Now we got to talk about my favorite part of this haul, which is a small collection of manga that I purchased on Facebook Marketplace. They had an absolutely awesome selection of manga, and I managed to pick up some really cool titles. Now, not all of these are in the best condition. They have been read, they have been used, but I got them for a really good price. I paid £100 total for everything here, and I really want to show you. Starting off, one of the cooler things I got was Vagabond Volume 1 in the single editions. Now this one is super damaged, it has a massive crease down the middle, but I already have the series, so it's not the biggest deal for me, and I thought this was such a cool thing to own. Maybe one day I'll be able to get the full set of single editions. Next up, I picked up Doubt Volume 1 and 2, which is a psychological thriller kind of death game manga along the same lines as Alice in Borderland. You've got a group of people that get thrown into a game and they have to work out what's going on. This is something that I thought was really interesting, again, psychological thriller style, and it's something I'm going to read very soon. The next one is something that I saw, and I wasn't 100% sure what it was. I had a theory, but I had to look it up, and once I looked it up and confirmed, I was like,
that foot
yeah.
that's kind of in the air. Would I bend it a tad, or would I leave it straight cause it's showing the sole of her foot?
Wait, okay, before I answer that question, someone asks, what are you drawing? I am hold on. What is this? Lemon? Not sure about that one. Okay. Oh wait, she's making me. She asked me to follow that. I'm not really sure. I'll look at what that is later. Anyway, so to answer the question, damn, all these legends. To answer your question, Therian, I am drawing Lucy from what do you call it? Fairy Tale. I'm drawing Lucy from Fairy Tale. To answer your question. And Happy. I'll eventually get around to Happy in a second, but I want to get Lucy done because she's going to be the main thing that everyone's going to be looking at anyway. To answer the question... Oh, wait. I'll answer your question in a second. Art question, Ari, after this video is over. I just had to stop it to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking that up. This is Super Sentai Himitsu Sentai Go-Renga. Basically, this is the original Power Rangers. So if you didn't know, Power Rangers, the massive franchise, was originally based around a manga, and this is exactly what that is. I thought this was such a cool thing to get, and it would look really great in the collection, so so of course I grabbed it. Now for the next couple of books, you're going to notice a little bit of a trend. They had quite a lot of Sutomo Nihei's work, which is a mangaka that I've spoken quite a bit about on the channel, but I don't own any of his manga physically until now. The first one I got was Biomega Volume 1. I know absolutely nothing about this series other than it has Sutomo Nihei's name on it. It looks like it has similarities to Blam, which is a series I really enjoy. Yeah. Speaking of which, I finally managed to pick
I hope
up
that answers your question,
the
Tyrion.
big physical versions of Blam. I got Volume 1 and Volume 2, and this is a series that I've always wanted to own physically, but I just can't bring myself to drop the £30 that these physical editions cost. For the deal that I got these for, I'm really happy to finally add them to collection. It probably just means I need to pick up more volumes in the future. Switching mangakas quickly, because I do want to kind of do this in order of how cool I think these are. I managed to pick up Go Nagai's Devilman. These are kind of omnibus editions. They're classic collections, same as the Power Rangers manga, and this is a classic through and through of manga. It was adapted into a Netflix anime called Devilman Crybaby, which is something that I really loved, and this is just the original story. They come in those big hardcover editions and they're presented very well, and I can't wait to get into them. We've got 2 things left, and the first of which is Planetes Volume 1 and 2. Now this was the series that actually got me onto this deal in the first place, because I've recently finished Vinland Saga, well, got up to date on Vinland Saga. And Planetes is another series by the creator of that, Makoto Yukimura. It's heralded all over the community for being one of the coolest space manga ever released, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Makoto Yukimura's talent is kind of around his character work, and this seems like a completely different spin on what I've already enjoyed in Vinland Saga. There's only 2 volumes, I've got them both, so I can enjoy the whole series, and I'm super happy. And finally, we've got something that might be the most expensive single volume in my whole manga collection. It's another Sutomo Nihei work, and it's called Abara. Now this is the complete deluxe edition, and I have never seen this before. Looking it up, it's worth around £60 to £100, and this was kind of the thing that drew me into buying this whole bundle. I saw his name, I looked it up, I saw how much it was worth, and I went, hell yeah. This is a classic Sutomo Nihei work. It's a dystopian horror thriller, and this particular edition comes in a lovely hardback case with full color pages and fold out illustrations. This is an awesome special edition, and I'm really glad I got to add it to my collection. It's something that I don't see a lot of people owning, so it makes me feel good. And that, guys, is the manga haul. I'm not someone who likes to spend absolutely shed loads of money on manga or buy 100 volumes at once, but I think this month I managed to pick up some really cool stuff in ongoing series that I enjoy, collector's pieces like the One Piece gold foils, and just some things that I've never seen before in that manga collection that I purchased. I'm super excited to read some of it, and I'm even more excited to talk about it with you guys. If you feel like picking up some manga for yourself, as always, there are links down in the description. If you purchase stuff through those links, it helps out the channel. I get a little kickback from it, and it costs you no extra than your normal shopping. While you're down there, you can also hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be alerted every single time that I upload. I'm hoping to get back into a little bit more of a schedule of things this year, and I'm looking forward to showing you everything that's happening. And that's probably it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using SafeLight.
Okay.
Tell the people why.
All right, so before I do anything, let me now this is stretched, so I'm gonna thank you. Trying to need to get this more better. Okay, I want to change up like that. The one thing you don't want to do when you're drawing a skirt, and I'm guilty of doing this myself, is that when you're drawing a skirt, you don't want it to be stretching. You do not want it to be stretching away. And usually when I say stretching, it's much like, what's the right word? It's a lot more, what's the right word? It's like it's stretching on one side, but it's really short on the other. It looks really odd. And it's very noticeable. Like that. You want the skirt not to stretch. You want to have it on a very good enough length.
Ryaga Samurai. Yeah, looks like short shorts.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. Okay. I gotta fix that. It doesn't look right. So we need to make it okay, I'll do whoa. Read this manga if you dare. This is 8 minutes. The worst manga I ever read.
As you will see later on in this video, I put myself through a bit of...
This is from The Masked Man. I actually did video with him, of him before, so let's go.
As you will see later on in this video, I put myself through a bit of mental torture reading this series, so leaving a like and subscribing would be highly appreciated. Now with all that generic YouTube crap out of the way, we could get into the video. It's that time again where I talk about a really bad manga that gets more attention than any of the good stuff I recommend. Anyways, recently I've been on a horror manga binge, and there were some good ones, some meh ones, and then there was this, Pumpkin Night. Currently ongoing with 88 chapters, good artwork, and one of the worst plots I've had the unpleasant pleasure to witness. The story starts with a girl being killed by someone wearing a pumpkin head and using a knife, and then a scooper after she receives a text from said person in the pumpkin head. Then revealing the girl murdered was a part of a group of bullies that bullied the person wearing the pumpkin head to the point of no return. Just like Jujika no Rokunin and its first chapter, admittedly this caught my eye. But my manga spidey sense kicked in, and I knew immediately that this was going to be another gore-fest mess of a story. And, I think, well, because as the group of bullies are trying to process what's going on, is that Kobeni? I couldn't be bothered to remember her name, so we're just going to refer to her as Kobeni, okay? She ends up running off after the news breaks out and separates herself from the group. Okay, I've never understood this. Instead of taking time to write an actual cause and effect scene where the character is forced to be split up, the character just decides to split up at all for no reason. There's no advantage in doing so. There's no logical reason for why the character would do this. They just run off because the plot demands that they run off to make it easier.
Close enough.
So, this had crappy slasher written all over it already. Love it. Just love it. Knockoff Kobeni then runs into a mall and predictably gets caught by the killer, and then is kidnapped before then being put in the same coffin as the girl who was previously killed and is about to be cremated. However, they manage to save the girl as they hear banging from the inside and screaming. And
I'm sorry, I know she's wearing a pumpkin head, and I know I don't know if this is just based on how it's being drawn at the time, but there's no way her eyes are spaced that far. There's no reason. There's no way her eyes are like. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's no way. It's just so spaced the way it's spaced out. It's kind of funny looking if you stop and look at it, but it's kind of funny.
And she's taken to the hospital where she's severely burned. And guess who shows up at the hospital to finish the job via electrocution? The good old Pumpkin Knight. This sort of cycle of Pumpkin Knight hunting down the bullies and killing them is to be expected and predictable, but there is some important information we do need to go over. And that is Pumpkin Knight's name being Naoko. And one of the people in the group of the bullies is actually not too bad, and his name is Kazuya. And his biggest sin, if anything, is just simply not intervening and stopping the bullies every single time they went and did something to her. And the final time they ended up crossing the line a little too much. And you can pretty much get a semblance of feelings between these two characters, Kazuya and Naoko, as she reveals herself to him in the hospital, and he's clearly haunted by guilt.
I never heard this
and
before.
she says that she still has plans for him. So this isn't your average slasher gorefest manga. This is your yandere slasher gorefest manga. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little interested into the mystery of what they did to her and what the dynamic between Naoko and Kazuya would turn into. But beyond that, I didn't really expect the story to offer me much more, especially once the bullies revealed that their only cause for bullying the girl is that they just thought it was fun. So this is just another basic, mindless revenge story. As well as the story does make an attempt to make you sympathetic towards Naoko and, you know, all of the horrible things that they ended up doing.
Question, should I stop it from here? Because I don't want to ruin for you. Because if you read a few chapters on this, I'll stop it now. Move on to something else. I won't even add this.
Ryaga Samurai. Okay.
Alright, so I'll stop it then. So I'll move on to a different one.
Footwear for mountain athletes by Artexrtic.
Do you like manga? Cool.
Unpopular opinion,
because I don't. Since we are both here, let me introduce to you one of my favorite types of stories, revenge stories. And when it comes to revenge, there are already some great ones I've already talked about. Akumetsu, Green Blood, My Beautiful Dark
Oh, just to be clear, this is from the same person again, but this one says, read this manga if you dare.
Do you like manga? Cool. Because I don't. Since we are both here, let me introduce to you one of my favorite types of stories, revenge stories. And when it comes to revenge, there are already some great ones I've already talked about. Akumetsu, Green Blood, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and even some parts of Berserk. Nope! Don't say! But today, I present you with a new, not so new one. Look, this is a story that people have talked about for like, I think over a year now, but I kind of beat to my own drum. I do what I want, talk about when I want, and I'll have you know, I take a lot of pride in that. But the story I am talking about today is Jujika no Rokunin, or better known in English, I'm too lazy to translate. So Paprika no Cumin is a story about a boy with a family. I think you already know where this is going, because if there's one way to give your protagonist limitless freedom is to implement what I call the Walt Disney method. No, I don't mean throw your protagonist in a workshop, okay? The Walt Disney method is erasing the parent so hard it makes Gon's father look good. So the boy's name is Uruma, or Uruma. I should probably give the warning now that I can't read properly or pronounce Japanese names well. And yet I'm some of y'all's main source for manga. But Uruma has a loving mommy and daddy and little brother. So the story does a great job of making Uruma this innocent and likable character. Part of the likability comes from the relatability of being bullied. So Eminem here gets bullied pretty hard, and therefore his safe place is his family. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that his middle school bullies are the spawn of the devil himself. Imagine if Johan from Monster and the mom, can't be asked right now, from Blood on the Tracks had a kid, who then had a gang of bloodthirsty brats. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm a huge supporter of the OBTC, occasionally beating the child. And these demons decide to pull the
Okay, that's funny. Obesity.
A harmless little prank of killing his parents and then sending his younger brother into the hospital. Now, I don't mean to sound like Itachi, but as an older brother myself, I would go to insane lengths to protect and support my little bro. But the things I would do if someone were to so much as dare to physically. So Yuruma and I have very, very similar sentiments. So now that our MC doesn't have a home, or better yet, parents, he goes to his grandfather's place. And his grandpa was apparently Japanese Rambo or something in Nam, because he has all the skills to teach Vinny Vengeance here what he wants. And that's the power to kill each and every one of those jerks. And that is just the intro for Metro no Boomin'. By the way, if you like the video so far, I suggest liking and subscribing, or else I will make you experience the worst of rooster and ball torture. Now hurry up and do it before I die of rip-off syndrome and lack of originality. Careful, it's contagious. But in this video, I'm going to be recommending something that I'm very sure most anime and manga fans haven't experienced in a while, and that is the outdoors. Also, this type of manga. Most manga that have a revenge-type premise do take a while to reach their moments of satisfaction, although part of why I love Akumetsu so much is the satisfaction is throughout the entire story. And Eureka no Chunin is extremely good at this. It's very quick to give you the premise, which I explained in the intro, and then it jumps right back into his revenge story, or well, I should say the execution of his revenge plot, as he's now in high school and gives off much more of that alpha male energy, or sigma male, whatever y'all are on these days. But he encounters those obnoxious little children that were responsible for the death of his family and his brother now being in a coma, and now he has to come with the moral dilemma of whether or not he's going to be able to kill them or not. And his first test is against one of the bullies, which he was originally friends with. And the interesting thing here is once he figures out the true nature of the people he's dealing with, he can now have a conviction for how he wants to deal with them. Because he's not killing people who he thinks have some morality to them or are people, but he now sees them as just pure evil animals, and he is simply bringing these lambs to their slaughter. So edgier Sasuke here will no longer have the moral wall standing in front of him. He's completely kicked
Can we please stop tattooing our fucking face? Just hot take on that one. Can we just stop doing that shit? It's not cool anymore. It's really stupid. And can we stop putting the stupid upside down fucking cross on our forehead? Because that's just been done with to death. Can we stop doing this? This shit is stupid now. Like, anyone who's suffering from some type of brain aneurysm, stop putting... Who's we? I'm just saying in general. Like, we gotta stop this. I just saw the little meme he used with Sasuke putting the tattoo on his head. I just think to myself, can we stop putting the tattoo on our faces? It just screams unemployment and just dumbassery.
Sit down and is ready to go. By the way, if you kind of didn't guess this already, because it is a review, I'm going to be kind of spoiling some things up to where the story is currently at. So yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'd recommend checking out some of the other videos I've done. So yeah, really quick, I want to draw some attention to the art style of the manga, as I think art is something I point out a good bit in my reviews, because it's kind of what distinguishes manga from just a book, is the nice pictures to look at, because I'm too dumb to read without pictures. But overall, I think the art style really accentuates all of the expressions that happen throughout the manga, as the story can get extremely absurd and crazy. To put it a little into perspective, the fact that this kid had his parents murdered and brother put in the hospital by other little kids, and then almost immediately upon arriving to high school has to save a girl who is almost... well, you know, and that's only the beginning of it. So he first deals off with the first bully. Now, just assume everything I'm gonna say here is in the correct order, even though I'm not entirely sure if it is. But the next of the psychopaths is almost like every other Twitter user whose only personality trait is horny. That's what this character is. He's a psychopathic pimp as well as a male yandere character who's completely obsessed with this one female, and I can't really get into it because of monetization purposes, but long story short, a pimp named Slickback here gets hunted down by our good old Yusuke, and is brought into the room of the girl that he's held captive and obsessed over for all this time, and she's set free, and they use this very interesting device that, okay, so imagine, fellas, you're going in for a prostate exam, and instead of using, you know, just the 1-2 finger combo, instead he whips out the Infinity Gauntlet. That's kind of imagine that same device being used where you go number 1 from. Yeah, he
Number
has
one?
both of his holes resized.
Perfect freeze frame.
Daiga Samurai. I'm gonna go crazy.
Fucking bro. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh man. Shit. Ooh. That shit.
And it's not pretty. And don't feel bad for the dirtbag. You shouldn't, because this dude can't keep it in his pants. In fact, he also stole the innocence of the protagonist when they were young. So yeah, for this
What? 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 Oh, bro, I don't like, bro. I don't even.
Because this dude can't keep it in his pants. In fact, he also stole the innocence of the protagonist when they were young. So yeah, for this dirtbag in particular, instead of occasionally beating the child, I'd recommend frequently beating the child, and that's 2 doses a day. Don't worry, the child won't overdose.
Samurai.
Now, at this point in the video,
Taking booty.
He was taking booty. He was taking booty. Now, I'm just gonna let you know, we could either do this the hard way or the easy way. The choice is yours. But any which way you pick, I'm gonna be the victor at the end of the day. Oh my god! He took it. I'm a booty warrior. I'm a booty warrior.
Daiga Samurai. He's a warrior.
He's a warrior.
The left smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes. LMAO.
I'm a warrior. Oh my god.
you might be feeling extremely uncomfortable, and trust
Bro.
me, I am extremely uncomfortable having to relay this information to you. How do you think it felt reading it? Oh yeah, and did I mention that's only bully number 2? And also, the girl that I mentioned earlier that he ended up saving now has an extreme interest, just a flat-out crush on them, because, you know, dark, mysterious, and dangerous, right? What is there not to like? But I think the story really tries to do a really good job of, despite these extremely gruesome and horrific things being done to these bullies, the author makes them so detestable that you
can't
actually don't even feel
care.
bad.
Yes.
Maybe that's just everyone has different tolerances for certain things. In all honesty, I wouldn't know. Okay, I'm lying. I would totally wish those things. Anyways, the story just does a great job of putting into light how evil and twisted these characters are, so then there is a sense of satisfaction when our protagonist exacts justice upon them. Bully number 3 has an obsession with the main bully of the group. And this character is a little more intelligent than the previous 2 were. But he's also a lot more annoying, So I really don't feel like talking about him. I'm just gonna say that there's a girl that kind of falls in love with our main protagonist that isn't the same girl from before. This time she's a blonde. And of course, as soon as I knew this romantic interest was gonna be thrown into the story, there was that part of me that was screaming,
Oh, wait.
"Yep, she's done for!" So she's kind of left a little traumatized, which of course infuriates our protagonist even more. Goes after the third bully, and then does this insane kind of switch where the grandpa dresses up as the head bully who this third bully is obsessed with, and therefore makes it seem like the main bully was killing this third one. And if you thought the last method was brutal...
Wait, whoa, what? 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 Wait, whoa, what the fuck? What is happening? Whoa! What is happening? My brain! My little monkey brain ain't working. What is happening? What is happening?
Story. There was a part of me that was...
Something did not click here. Something just went totally off. The light went off on that one. What?
Yep, she's done for. So she's kind of left a little traumatized, which of course infuriates our protagonist even more. Goes after the third bully, and then does this insane kind of switch where...
Yeah, the plot is plotting. I don't know. What just happened? I'm so confused. I feel like I just left something out. There was, what the fuck?
The grandpa dresses up as the head bully who this third bully is obsessed with. And therefore makes it seem like the main bully was killing this third one. And if you thought the last method was brutal, oh boy.
So wait. So the grandfather dressed like the first main bully. Not the first one, but the main guy, the most worst out of the three, I think. I think there's 3 or 4. I think he's the main head honcho. The third bully's obsessed with the first, with the main bully boss, whatever the fuck. And then the grandfather, for some odd reason, is in custody of the third bully. And he puts on a mask that looks like the main bully that the third bully's obsessed with while chopping him up. Or poking holes in him. Like, is that what it is? Am I on the right track? Is my brain working? Am I braining? Did I get the A on the test? That's what I'm asking, because I don't think I got that right, but I feel like I got it right, but I don't think I put my name on the test. Coach, I put my name on the test. That's as far as I knew what was going on in the test, and after that kind of went fucking downhill from that point. I don't know, Coach. I don't know.
Was this one? Although actually, no, the last one kind of sucks even more. Maybe that's just because I'm a dude, so I could relate to that pain a little bit. Pause. But no, yeah, if it wasn't obvious up to this point, this story isn't for the
Even he doesn't know. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Lighthearted or with a weak stomach. It's very brutal, and it likes to vividly show kind of the details of the brutality in this story. Now, this fourth bully is the definition of big, strong, and definitely on steroids. I guarantee you this kid takes so much roids, WWE wrestlers from the 80s and 90s would be so jealous. Now, but this kid's a martial artist, and conveniently enough, the grandpa in enough time managed to teach his, I completely forgot what a grandson was for a moment there, but teaching his grandson conveniently how to master martial arts so no man will ever defeat him again. So these two face off, and that's currently where the story leaves up to at this point. So overall, what do I think about this story? I think it's extremely engaging. I think it's a quick and easy read, although easy coming in how quick it is, not easy for the actual content. It can be, like I said,
just to me, it just sounds like Gacha Kuda in high school. It sounds like Gacha Kuda, but in high school. That's what it just sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like an interesting read at less, but very edgy at most. But like, it's not going to not disappoint. It will just be, you're gonna see things coming that is kind of probably obvious, but then again, that's pretty not like Gacha Kuda. I mean, what do you call it?
Raiga Samurai.
What do you call it?
For real?
Not Gacha Kuda. What do you call it? Kabachi. There you go. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. Kabachi. Kabachi. Kind of. Well, the magic is just revenge and the sword. That's pretty much what this is. to a certain extent. The revenge plot story, I'm saying. And it's just more gory, I guess. Whatever.
Raiga Samurai.
Said the wrong word. I keep getting those names sometimes mixed up when I'm talking.
Extremely brutal and graphic, but nonetheless, it's a satisfying revenge story. It is an all-up-in-your-face thriller that will, I think, leave a really strong impression for anyone who reads it. So if everything I said in this video is at least somewhat, sorta, kinda intriguing, then make sure you check it out. And also, if you found this video even the least bit entertaining, once again, liking, commenting, subscribing, and turning on the bell notifications, that way you don't miss an upload. I'ma just be honest, is of great help to me, and is very much appreciated. As always, this has been the Masked Man. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of the day, and peace.
Okay, I'm pretty much done for today. I did enough for this. So, we're gonna play some Genshin. So I'm gonna put in Genshin. We're gonna play some Genshin. What the hell? What the? Oh. Hold on. Flip. When did she was moved?
Raiga Samurai. I'ma check it out.
Alright. When did I move this? Oh, that's gonna be annoying to deal with. Hold on. Okay, that's not that bad, but... There we go. Okay. The reason why I didn't draw in the eyes, because I don't draw in eyes anymore. I don't do that anymore. I realize how stupid that is now. How I can make the eyes look better without drawing them in. I actually paint them in. For those who don't know. I don't like the head totally like rounded at the top of the head like this. I don't like seeing that because it looks really unnatural. The way I drew this. So I'm going to make it a bit bumpy. Just a bit bumpy. I just don't like it when it's just totally like rounded on the head. It doesn't feel quite right to me. There we go. Alright, there you go. Thank you for all the shares, I do appreciate it. Now, for Happy here, delete this part, and then delete. Okay, that's over here. Okay, I'm gonna stop it from here, and we're gonna play some Genshin for a little bit, just to get some gaming in, or so, and then we'll just call it a night for the rest of the night. Okay.
Raiga Samurai. Okay.
Okay. So let me just get this in here. Happy's neck.
How many shows that he has a neck? Not sure. Shit, okay.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and continue this tomorrow. I never saved. Oh my god, I am playing a dangerous game. What the fuck? I never stopped to actually. I never stopped to actually like save it. I didn't save it. I just now saved it after the last 2 days of it. I think it was in 2 days. I think it looks better than it was before, line art wise. I think. Like, this is what she originally looked like first, and then it looks a little bit more like Lucy on this one, I think. I actually would remove this piece of hair here. I don't think that nothing sticks out like that. It should go directly around it, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm about to turn it off. I'll be back, guys. Bro, about some Genshin and all that great stuff. I'll be right back. All right.